time. Got liquor on the table, I don't mind where the night goes, your skin on mine. I see no other people, love is blind, but that's alright though. Pull me down, drown me in this thing I'm feeling. Round and round, the world is turning upside down. Tell me how I could be the one you're needing, girl. Your touch is driving me wild. I want your body on me. This moment is fleeting, so don't go away. I want your body on me. This moment is magic, I want you to stay. Gin and lime, I love it when you're playful. Give it time, I'll make you mine, girl. Your hand in mine, I'll lead you far away, girl. So divine, our lips touch, our eyes close. Pull me down, drown me in this thing I'm feeling. Round and round, the world is turning upside down. Tell me how I could be the one you're needing, girl. Your touch is driving me wild. I want your body on me. This moment is fleeting, so don't go away. I want your body on me. This moment is magic, I want feel so bright, I feel so gifted, I feel so high, I feel so lifted. By my side is where you're sitting, in my life is where you fit in, yeah, yeah. I never thought that I would get this far. I wanna drive around in the nice cars, I wanna forget about my scars and just have a good night. I smoke something down, I drink something down. I'm feeling it now, I'm feeling it now. I could say it out loud. When I see you, my heart goes whoa, yeah. Whoa, my heart goes whoa, yeah. When I see you, my heart goes say it out loud. I could say it out loud. I feel so bright, I feel so gifted, I feel so high, I feel so lifted. By my side is where you're sitting, in my life is where you fit in. I feel so bright, I feel so gifted, I feel so high, I feel so lifted. By my side is where you're sitting, in my life is where you fit in, yeah, yeah. I never thought that I would get this far. I wanna drive around in the nice cars, I wanna forget about my scars and just have a good night. I smoke something down, I drink something down. I'm feeling it now, I'm feeling it now. I could say it out loud. When I see you, my heart goes I could say it out loud. Say it out loud. Say it out loud. I could say it out loud.
All right, everyone. Welcome tonight to a very hyped up matchup that there have been a couple of issues that happened tonight. But other than that, we are looking forward to casting such a great matchup with Schlam Esports, who were 4-0, but something a little fishy did happen there. Facing Blue Milk with our boy, our streamer man, Mr. Gurf, gonna lead his team to victory. I hope so, at least. I can't say I'm not a little biased, but other than that, I hope tonight is going to be a great match. Schlam is bringing in JS Chaotic as their substitute AD carry because of the whole incident with Ace Tactics being a little bit of a smurf in this league. However, I think they are looking to...
Welcome to us.
Oh, they are looking to take in, a good victory here. Schlam is looking strong. They were 4-0 before this point with their ADC, and I think one piece is not going to completely destroy the team. However, Blue Milk has been playing just as well, so I'm excited to see what happens. Anything we have about the teams? I definitely know that Fliptrick has been playing out of his mind, especially in some of the exhibition games that I was able to see, and Killua was also playing incredibly well.
Yeah, but I mean, both these teams in general have been playing pretty well, but the entire side of Blue Milk in general have been just playing out of their minds, in and outside of this league too. So I mean, in general, this is gonna be a really good game.
Definitely excited. I mean, Gurf, I wonder if he'll bring out his Hybrid Digger. I don't think so because he is playing support today. But I mean, hopefully he does hover it in Champ Select. That would be very nice to see. So we are just waiting on the rest of the teams to ready up, but a little bit about the incidents. So Schlam is going to be starting at 0-0. The rest of their matches are going to have to be replayed before, just so that everything can be evened out with their new AD carry. And other than that, I do think the rest of the team is looking pretty good, but I have not seen too much from JS Chaotic. However, I am hoping that they do put up a good fight. They might be a little out of practice, a little out of sync, but we'll see how it goes tonight with their new roster. But Blue Milk have been playing out of their minds, and I definitely think they deserve whatever victory they can achieve. Even if they don't win tonight, I think they played incredibly well throughout the rest of the split, and I hope it continues throughout.
Yeah, definitely. I really hope it does continue to. I mean, definitely for today. I mean, I was hoping for a spicy game, and I hope it still ends up being that way. I really hope one player isn't going to change the hype of this game, because this game I've been really looking forward to cast.
Definitely. So we are just waiting for Schlam to ready up, but every player other than their AD carry is the same, so they have the same support, jungler, everything along those lines. Just slight mix-up. But I do think the rest of the team was unaware of the whole smurfing incident, so let bygones be bygones. Let's have a good series here tonight, and I'm hoping that both teams play incredibly well.
Yeah, definitely.
So I guess this is the start of Schlam's redemption arc. We'll see if they are able to take home a victory, but I don't know. Blue Milk have been looking incredibly strong, so yep, we are... if we just are able to figure out if Schlam Esports is ready, we can start up on the draft. But I think most teams are ready, so we should be ready to go in just a second.
I'll be fuddling.
Thank you for the sub, Red. Thank you. So we are going to be going into draft. Yep. All right. See you guys in just a second.
All right. Two giants tonight. Two absolute humongous giants going at each other here. So this is...
the bans are gonna be. I think Hero 39 is gonna lose his Darius and maybe his Aatrox.
I mean, there's a lot of good bans for each side there. There's not really anything you can be really looking at. There's just basically what each team wants to play.
Because if you didn't, I don't know if you know, JS Chaotic's actually the Dragons for the Draft ADC. And he's been playing out of their mind. And then the Dragons are 7-1 at the moment.
And we also cannot skip out on Fliptic with Blue Milk entirely because Blue Milk has been playing extremely well too. As I mean, they've just been absolutely dominating so far. And I mean, Shalom was also dominating here. Obviously, AC is going to be a little bit different here, but I don't think it's really going to matter too much. As you said, JS Chaotic still very strong. Maybe could be just as strong as a tactics and some locations. So definitely going to be a very hard game to really think who you are going to say who's going to win.
That is true. It looks like Slum Esports is gonna ban the Lucian, while Blue Milk has banned Hecarim and hovering over the ban on Rel. I do like this Rel ban. I don't like Rel. Rel is so good right now. She is so hard to deal with in laning phase.
She's definitely one of the strongest supports right now. Has so much CC, has so much lockdown. She has the ability to do basically whatever she wants. She has
And
the ability
on
to play
top of
weak
that,
side. She
her
also has the ability
AP
to play strong
ratios
side.
are insane. I don't know if you saw her AP ratio. She has 110% AP ratio on her R.
Yeah. That update that Riot said that is not a buff or a nerf was pretty much just a buff for her.
And it looks like, oh, and they opt the Callista ban. I don't know how I feel about the Callista ban. I've never seen Flitrick play Callista.
It is one of his highest played champions, but Kalista in general just not a good pick in fives. I mean, he's really good at solo queue, but unless you're building a comp around it, Kalista not really too strong. But if you're also a really strong Kalista, then usually it doesn't matter, and you can usually just steamroll games. But Shalom just not wanting to face against it. Blue Milk also not wanting to face Fizz.
It's interesting that there's no bans going to Hero 39 so far from Slot Meat Split. So it looks like Habsy is saying, hey, leave anything open and I'm still going to stomp you in lane. Which is quite interesting. Oh, wait, never mind.
There's
There's
the
the Aatrox ban. The Heimerdinger hover. Are we going to see it?
There's no way. There's
Are we
no
gonna
way we
see
see
it?
that
Are you gonna bring
happening.
something spicy? Come on, do it.
There's no way.
Do it. Come on. We all want it. We're all expecting it. You better give the audience what they want. But I
Nah, I don't
understand
think
if you
it's
want to
gonna
go for a
happen
team comp.
here.
Oh,
There's the
no, there's
Olaf.
the
There's the Olaf
Olaf.
buffer, and there's the lock-in for Olaf.
Oh,
If
we're
I
all
don't expect
hoping.
I don't expect to ever see Heimer. He's just not good
And
in
then
general
Slot
right now.
Esports
So
insta locking Seraphine Misfortune. I personally do not like the Seraphine Misfortune matchup. I personally don't like Misfortune with Seraphine, but I understand why you pick up those two champions. They're really strong team fight champions because if you can land a really good, like a 5-man ult with Seraphine, you can just press ult on Misfortune and just wipe the entire team. But the only problem with those two champions is that their laning phase is really weak because you have to rely on Seraphine to lane her ease. And if Seraphine cannot lane her ease, then you just lose laning phase really hard.
but MF does also apply the slow that allows Seraphine E to easily stun or snare
That
there.
is
Also,
true.
their dive is extremely strong since they do have so much range in general with MFE and our Seraphine's entire kit. So definitely can be a very strong lane if you do know what you're doing. But if you do not know what you're doing, this lane can be easily abused and take advantage of because they have no gap closers. They have the speed and mobility from MFW and Seraphine W, but that's not enough if you do get locked down.
I
It
do
is a very
agree.
squishy lane.
And don't forget, they also have an Olaf and they also picked Galio. That would not surprise me if that Galio is going to Garf.
We also see the Ash coming out here for Flip Trick.
Slot
Pretty good
Esports.
lane here into MF Seraphine, but Anivia also going to be picked up from Chili.
So they're gonna hide their jungle, which is quite interesting because that either gives Blue Milk to ban two junglers, or ban two, or just ban two top laners.
Seems like they were very scared that Chili's Anivia was going to be banned out in the second rotation of bans. So they decided to go ahead and pick it up now instead of just waiting for the fourth pick or even possible fifth pick. So they're most likely gonna give counter pick to
I think they're gonna get kind of
EG,
picked
so
Habsy.
yeah, like Havzi's most likely gonna be getting counter pick here. So here 39 gonna be a little careful there, but in general I don't think it's gonna matter too much. So far Blue Milk's comp is looking pretty good. So is Shlom's. But Blue Milk
Okay,
just has a
so
lot of answers.
looking at these bans, I can tell you what Slum is wanting Blue Milk to do. They want Hero 39 to get us Darius. And the reason why I feel like they're gonna try to do that because I feel like Slum Esports is gonna pick Alawi.
It would definitely be very odd. Allow does not really fit into Shalom's comp.
It doesn't fit in Slum's comp, but it's really good in the Darius.
It
And
is.
I know Hadzi plays Alawi.
Yeah, Idiot is going to be coming out for Praxis here. Very strong jungler in general right now. He's just an absolute monster. Definitely does need to get some nerf tweaking because he's just absolutely dominating in all states of play.
Yeah, I do agree. Udyr is just really good at the moment. His potential just getting objectives, potential for ganking and everything is just really good right now. And if you put him, have phase rush or predator with turbo Kim tank, you're not gonna catch him.
Man, it just goes so fast, does quite a bit of damage too. His clear is one of the fastest in the game on top of that. Just has pretty much everything you want here. And Killua looking to lock into Diana, that's exactly what he's going to do.
How do you feel about this comp so far?
So Diana into Nivea, Diana does actually a pretty good job into Nivea because Diana can stay on Nivea and can just absolutely Thanos snap her. So I'd say that's pretty good. Also, MF and Seraphine very squishy too. So Diana does really good job
looks like
there.
Hero 39 is hovering the Darius, so he is gonna fall in Slime Esports' trap. We'll see what Slime Esports' counter the Darius is. If I see Alawi, I'm gonna laugh.
Dude, they're thinking. They seems like they knew this was a possibility, but
Dude,
I want to make sure that
they
have.
also pick Camille. Camille's pretty good in the Darius as well, and it also within their comp too.
I feel like Camille and Udi, no matter if you pick either one of those right now, it just doesn't really fit, and they're gonna go for Vayne top.
Interesting.
Okay, I
was not expecting that.
I'm starting to get some flashbacks to last week plays because this composition, the draft just went over to Blue Milk.
Yeah, I do have to agree. Their team fighting is
their
so
team
much
fighting is
Slime
good.
Esports.
Their damage is good. They have good frontline with Galio and Darius.
Slime Esports has no frontline because you don't want Udi to be in team fights. You want Udi to just split around and get objectives and push sidelines. That's what Udi does. So their only frontline is a Nivea, and that's not a good frontline you want as your team.
Now, Udyr also does not have the ability to really split the team up that much, like some other front lines are able to, so you can usually just ignore the Udyr and just go straight for Nivea, MF, Seraphine, Vayne. Like, they have a very squishy comp against a team that has a lot of dive. Although Blue Milk scaling, Olaf Darius will start to fall off in the later stages of the game here. But they're early in their mid game is extremely strong here, and if they can snowball in this game early, Blue Milk definitely has the advantage.
Yeah, no, I do agree. I feel like if Blue Milk can snowball, if they can get ahead early game and beat Slime Esports' early game, or just the scale in general, Slime doesn't hold a candle to their team fighting potential because you have Asher's R, you have Galio's R, on top of Diana's R. So that's extremely locked down right there. And then on top of that, you have to deal with a Darius.
A lot of lockdown, a lot of pick potential, and a lot of global pressure on top of that.
And then even if Seraphine lands her R on their team, they still have to worry about Olaf because Olaf can just run through her.
Yeah, this Olaf stuff. They're going to be really careful with this Olaf. You can't just stop the Olaf no matter what you do. Yes, you can put down the Nivea wall, and if you do get a good Nivea wall, then you can stop them from engaging, but that's not going to be an option every time. And you also have to stop the Ashe from ulting. You have to stop the Diana from dashing in onto you. And then on top of that, if Olaf does get on top of you, you have to watch out for the Galio. And then Darius is just going to be wherever he needs to be, being Darius, and just being extremely hard to kill and dishing out so much damage.
I do agree. Now, there is a possibility where Slime Esports wins the early game and they get ahead on the Vayne. early.
The only
Since
way
it
they
is a
win early
range
game
champ.
if Udyr does a really good job, Praxis does a really good job, going to the lanes he needs to go to and get some early game pressure and lead.
I
But
do
Blue
agree.
Milk just has the ability to rotate really well, just out pressure and out damage into the early game here, as their AoE team fight is just extremely strong. I mean, Schlamm is as well, but Schlamm is very what's the word? Very easy to break. They're really fragile.
Well, they're easily to be burst down because they have 4 squishies on their team. The only tank they have on their team is Udyr. Yes, Anivia does have a Anivia passive, but you can't do anything when you're in Anivia passive. So you're just a sitting duck.
Mm-hmm.
So the issue is, and what happened with Slime Esports is that if Blue Milk lands their entire combo, what they need to land onto Slime Esports, they're just gonna collapse.
Definitely. I agree. It's gonna be definitely a very spicy game in general. I feel like both these teams have the ability to win. They all have different win cons. They have the ability to shut down the other team's win cons as well. So definitely not extremely one sided, but I definitely still do think Blue Milk does take the draft for this one. But it doesn't necessarily mean they're gonna win the game.
I'm also hoping that Flipchuck actually goes to Kraken Slayer build this game. And the reason why I say that is because if you go Kraken Slayer on Ash, then the Udyr is gonna be useless. Because that's the only champion Udyr cannot get on top to is gonna be that Ash. Because they have no one to get on top of the Ash for.
So the other thing is
Besides
that
Udyr. And if you have Kraken Slayer, you're just gonna do true damage on top of your attack speed and on top of kiting at the same time. And I know Flipchick's a really good kiter on Ash. I have seen him play Ash. He's amazing on Ash.
Shalom has really no option for engage. Their only engage is Udyr, but like you said, when you have a natural enemy team that constantly slows, very hard to follow up onto the engage. You're gonna have to use Flash and Seraphine and try to get a R, or you're gonna have to set up an R from about a million miles away and just hopscotch in each one of your teammates and extend the range. But there's really no engagement opportunities for Shalom. Blue Milk has plenty.
And I do agree. And I'm hoping Vayne does not bring Ignite. I'm hoping she brings TP. I'm also hoping Anivia bring TP as well. And I'm also hoping Seraphine will bring Guardian and go Moonstone because they're gonna need the healing this game. It looks like predictions are open, by the way, so don't forget to put in who you think will win. It is tokens night, so don't forget to use your tokens.
Yeah, because definitely, I mean, this game could definitely go either way. But both ability have to easily win this game. If Zombie Sports just absolutely snowball in the early game, Blue Milk gonna have a very hard time to do what they want to do. But Blue Milk, I would say, favorite draft. They have a little bit of an easier time into the early game
They
here.
just need all Blue
But the
Moon needs
later
to
game
do
does.
yeah, all they really need to do, Blue Moon needs to do is scale and play as a 5-man or a 4-man. And if you play as a 4-man or a 5-man, I feel like you have a pretty easy time of doing what you want to do. Because what Slime Esports wants, they want the picks. They want to pick you off, but they want to do the 2v2s. They want to do the 1v1s and stuff like that because they know they can win those, but they know they can't win the 5v5s or the 4v5s.
I know. I definitely do agree with you here. This game definitely gonna be a one to look at right here because I mean it can go either way. Doesn't matter who won the draft here. This is League of Legends. Everyone starts level 1 with 500 gold. Ladies and gentlemen, a little bit over 10 seconds left for the spectator delay to tick down. Please stay around until after the loading screen because this game definitely did not want to miss.
That is true.
I saw you smile from across the bar. Yeah, she was pretty and so close but so far. She flipped her hair and I thought this can't be true. How does a man like me get someone like you? And then she looked at me and I was confused. Everyone here can't be the one that she'll choose. And I looked back and saw the spark in her eyes. This can't be real, my head's telling me lies. Just like that, you're coming closer to me. Come shake me, grab me, so I wake up from this dream. I can't breathe, come at me. I don't know if I can speak. Then she said, come with me and let's be free.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to
think this could go far.
We have a very spicy
sky
game
is
tonight.
dark, but
Blue
you're
Milk
my
versus
shooting
Swami
star.
Sports, two giants.
Could see your face
of two of
reflect
these teams
upon
here
the
because
moon.
Swami Sports, although having a little bit of a mix-up with their ADC draft, we played their games. Tyler roster is still very strong. Blue Milk just absolutely just dominating. LAS Premade also on top of that. So two giants indeed here. We have Blue Milk on the blue side, and on the red side we do have Schlam Esports here. Both teams gonna start with the usual 5-point, and looks like nothing's gonna happen pre-minute 30.
And it looks like both teams are just gonna do a 5-man point. It looks like they don't really want to engage each other. It's kind of interesting that Blue Milk does want to engage because I feel like they would win the level 1 if they did.
No reason to really invade in general here. You would have to start Galio taunt, and then you would have to start pretty much dash for Diana if you want to get it out as much damage as possible, and E for Darius. It would make the level 1 very weak for some of these laners. Yes, you do have an Olaf, but they have a point and click stun on Udyr and a stun on Chili. And Shogun also has a AoE stun with his E, or he doesn't even need it. You can just throw out his Q. So
I don't.
definitely want to attempt
Speaking
it.
of Shogun, I don't like how he has comment.
Yeah, no, I definitely do not think comment was the play here, because you're not looking to poke. You're not really looking to try to win this lane. You're looking to survive until late.
And then also the cleanse on chaotic. I don't see the necessity of bringing cleanse because the only thing you're able to cleanse is Asher's R. But the way Asher's R works is that it only stuns for a long time if she shoots it super far away.
Yep, so it's an inconsistent value on the cleanse, but yeah, that and Galio Tom, but nothing else can really be cleansed. You can cleanse the slow from Olaf, but like you're not getting that much value from it in general, and it's not worth having your support take heal and you not having any other combat sum like Ignite or Exhaust.
And I do agree because when you're playing against Ash Galio, you know that you're not going to win the lane. So Seraphine should be looking for the roam. Seraphine should be looking to go to different lanes and trying to get the other lanes ahead, like mid lane and stuff like that. So you taking away Miss Fortune's ability to have heal is really bad for you because that means you're not going to win the
They commit to top lane. Troll is looking for something onto Habsy here. The Q is not going to land though. The next one, well, a little bit of damage going out, but not too much. No summons burned.
But this is my opinion. I just think if
a lot of damage going out on Kilowood there, let you get a proc there, and really good trade coming out from Chili.
That was a really good stun by Anivia. And Anivia did really good right there. She procced her stun and then she procced her E, proccing her electric at the same time, with forcing Diana to back off. But as I
See,
was saying, the reason why I don't think cleanse is good on Misfortune is because you want your Seraphine to roam, and the reason you want your
a lot of damage coming out from Habsy there. Kingdom is gonna land, but the E pull back in will. The ghost coming out there. That's a lot of damage on Habsy. He is bleeding down right now. He's trying to look for more damage. He may be up a level, but it doesn't matter. Hero 39 now up a level, or same level as well. The Q is going to land. He's got a flash from the opposite way. Flash coming out from Hero. Please, gonna be enough. One more auto. The Q coming out, but it's gonna be first blood going over. Hero 39, but looking to the boss side here. Fliptrick in a really bad position. If he pulls the flash out, Trax is very low. Hero coming out from Chaotic to make sure he stays alive. You can Fliptrick it out, but the flash auto Q coming up here. One more. Can't gonna be able to pick up a kill. They're very close indeed. Udio almost losing a life there, but it's gonna be 1-for-1 for both of these teams.
and I feel like this benefits this benefits actually Slum Esports if you think about it, because you shut down the Ash, so you forced Ash out of lane. You're giving MF more XP, more CS, and then on top of that, Udio was able just to go and take some of Olaf's camps.
Yeah, so definitely a little bit of a gold lead at the beginning there. It is going to be start closing out here. First Blood did go over to Blue Milk, so they do get a little bit, about 150 extra gold from that play. So does help to close the gold gap a little bit because CS numbers are looking to be favored in Shlom Esports at the current moment. First Blood gold gonna help a little bit with that, but definitely really good job from Chaotic though, being able to find a kill there, and that's exactly what you want. You want kills on your ADC here, so.
Mhm. But as I was saying about the cleanse, the reason I said I personally don't like cleanse here is because like I said, when Seraphines hit 6, you want Seraphine to start roaming. You want Seraphine to start looking for more pressure in the other lanes. So you're gonna leave your Misfortune behind. Ash and Galio don't want to leave lane. They want to stay in lane as much as possible because Galio doesn't need to leave lane because he
Troll
has.
looking for something here. There's not what the sun does come after looking a lot of damage. Guys gonna dash right over that wall here. He's about to fall down there, and yes, he will. He is now in 8-4, but just outside the tower range. Kill gonna go over to Killua. He did it all by himself, no help needed whatsoever. And it's gonna be another kill going over to Blue Milk.
That was a really good engage and really good gank by Olaf right there. Able to proc Anivia's passive just on the outside of tower range.
A really good commitment. He didn't hesitate for the play. He just went straight for it. They're like, if we get his passive here, we get him at this position. Like, we're going to be able to hit right outside the tower. Maybe we can juggle tower a little bit, but we should be fine, able to pick up the kill, even do the Ignivia here. Habsy just being really annoying on this Bane pick right now. Thankfully, Habsy QO39 was also able to pick up a kill, so he's going to be feeling a little nice, dropping some of the CS here. But Udia is in the top side here and looking to invade.
Yeah, that's it's really good that Udyr is taking the pressure he is taking, that he knows that he can clear jungle camps faster than Olaf. So he's taking advantage of that, and he's also clearing not just his jungle, but also the Olaf jungle at the same time.
It's a lot of damage on the Chili there. Hextech Alternator was picked up for Killua here, so he's going to be able to do a lot of his burst damage about every 40 seconds or so. And he's just holding a lot of lane prio right now. But Chili, you gotta be really careful on this Anivia. Just gonna passive up, but hold that thought there. Thought is gonna go out onto Shogun here. Pax is not going to land, but it doesn't matter. Fliptrick is able to pick up that kill. Cisco's over to Griff. Really good job. Really good engage from Griff. They're being able to find the taunt on Shogun at the back foot there. And looks like Dragon is going to be up on the menu here for Blue Milk. And Olaf is gonna go ahead and solo that one down.
And another really good gank by the Olaf. Olaf is taking this pressure that he knows that
Luke better go in. That's a lot of damage. Chili's gonna be really careful. He's back up, but it doesn't matter. Killer gonna be able to pick up that one. Then he's out 2-0 in this lane.
And it just looks like Blue Milk is dominating so far in this game at the moment. The only person that's ahead on CS right now is the MF and the Udyr. But Olaf is taking that advantage. Like, he knows that Udyr can't gank. He knows that Udyr has to farm up, just has to get items before he can do anything. So Olaf is taking that advantage and just keeps on feeding kills to his teammates.
Yep. You're not gonna ghost here. He's gonna be able to find the pull here. Perhaps he's gonna trade the ghost as well. You're not going to land there, but there's gonna be a trade of summoners there. flashes are about the same time from both of these top laners here, so I would say relatively even. Is a slight CS lead going over to Hero 39, and he does have that kill lead also.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that that Hero 39 is holding up in CS against Vayne. Vayne's not really poking as much because Vayne has to respect that this is Hero 39's best champion. He is known for his Darius, so you have to give him that respect. You have to play. You can't play aggressively like you would see in solo queue when you pick Vayne top.
Yeah, so the only reason why you pick Vayne top is to punish the Darius pick, but that's not really happening right now. He's down 10 CS, so he's down about a wave and a half here, so he's definitely not going for that punishing, and Jennifer is actually going to land there. That's going to be cross-map, though, but there's no kill's going to be found just yet here, but GP is going to be canceled, but here comes the record. Flash going to be used for Hazard, Flash for practice, Flash Q coming out, and we're going to see maybe another slow kill into the mid lane here, kill him auto, and he won't be able to pick it up. Praxis going to be the next target here, but he's going to be able to get alive. That's the studio things. You know, classic studio things being Udyr.
That was a really good play by the Diana. That Diana knew the Nivea had TP. Diana knew that Nivea could TP this to try
Praxis going to be found out here from Trovecker here. The stun or the slow is going to land there, but there comes the phase start to slow once again here. But Hero 39 on the opposite wall, and the axe is going to land, so he's not even needed. A kill goes over to Zola.
And that's that in my opinion that's a tilter right there. You lost the trade top lane. You lost your gank, and then as soon as you go and you try to see if you can do something as Udyr, you get caught out and then you die for it.
Oh, so I love that Jenner Crusader flip trick. That was cross map. He was actually able to land it. Oh, hold that thought there. Really good flash for flip trick. The charm is going to be used there. Full time is going to be used, but really good cancel coming out from Gurf here. Dab on them haters because that was an excellent play. And there's going to be no deaths going on.
And this is one of the reasons why I said this matchup was going to be one of the reasons why I think this matchup was going to be hard, because Galio lands a taunt, MS ult is canceled, and then MF is just a sitting duck because MF doesn't have a tank to keep her alive. She has Seraphine, and Seraphine can't keep people alive as much as, you know, a Leona or Nautilus could.
You definitely did not have that much kill potential in this bot lane against Ashe Galio. You try to focus on the Galio, you're not really going to be able to kill him. You focus on the Ashe, Galio's just going to go in and stun and taunt you up. So, I mean, yeah, definitely a lot of answers against this bot lane with Galio Ashe. And that's why I really like this bot lane in general.
And also the Ashe part by Flip Trick was amazing.
Like I was saying, like that was cross map. It stopped Habsy from going in on Hero 39. Could have possibly also saved his life there. And if Praxis was that topside, that was a free kill. So
that is true.
That was just high value there. Really good marksmanship.
And then the TP, and I think Anivia was actually in the middle of TP.
Oh, Sun's going to be found onto Vector, but he's just going to press Ragnarok there. The usage is going to be used, but nothing is going to be found. They're going to be able to walk right outside of that one. No deaths on either side here, and it's just going to be an even trade.
And again, like you said before, when you pick the Vayne pick as a top laner, when you pick an ADC range against...
We're going to find something onto Shogun here, but Gup's going to be forced to flash out. He will get stunned up here, taking a lot of damage. So we're going to be coming out from Flint. He's going to use the volley. Another soul coming out from the Axe Toss here. Becca maybe looking for more here. Chaotic, very low. Shaker Series to be flashed out. I think the amount of bullet time is there, though. Really good art coming out from Shogun to be able to find a kill there. TP coming out from Chili there. Flash coming up Becca to see if he can stay alive. I don't think it's going to matter. 2 kills going to go over to Shalom Esports here. So close. Flick it to Crusader is going to be flashed out from Chaotic, but it's not going to matter. I mean, I think that flash is really good for Chaotic, but why are you flashing that when you have Cleanse?
Yeah, that is true. You had Cleanse.
You're being Cleanse, and I don't think he's used it in this entire game. And that goes back to, there's that much things you can cleanse here, and you're flashing the only thing that can be cleansed.
And then if you're also looking, Seraphine's not healing the hero ADC, she's healing the hero herself.
Ooh, a lot of damage coming out from Killua. Gonna be able to pick up kill into Chili, but he does go into Ignivia. Flip Chicken Goofa on the way. The Chaotic is also here. Molly is gonna be really slowed down, but it's gonna matter. Kill goes over to Flip Trick. Gonna get a little bit of justice there from that TP there, and it looks like it's gonna be Drake going over to Blue Milk once again. They're gonna have a 2-0 lead.
And that's a really good really good pick for blue milk right there, because it secures them now dragon. And also they put the Rift Arrow mid, so they're going to get some tower plating with that as well.
Yeah, they're definitely going this gold lead a lot here. It is going to be an Infernal Soul game, so he's going to open up the map. That's actually good for Udyr. He just wants to run around, run people down, run through terrain helps with that a lot there. So some of that terrain disappearing helps Udyr a lot indeed. So I could say it's a little bit of a small victory practice, but it won't stay for long if Drake's Blue Milk keeps on Drake stacking here, because that is going to be a lot of damage going over to Blue Milk if they're able to get 2 Infernal plus the Soul.
But as I was saying earlier, Seraphine is not healing to heal her ADC. She's healing to heal herself. And also, MF has not really used her cleanse at all for these taunts or for these stuns that she's getting on Ash. So I feel like cleanse is just being, useless on Ash.
Yeah, it's zero value right now.
On Misfortune.
The only reason why you take cleanse into this situation is to play for the laning phase and to make sure you don't die in the laning phase. She hasn't died in laning phase, but like, she hasn't died because she's had cleanse. She just hasn't died because Shogun has died, and so has Praxis when he came bot. So I mean, a lot of these deaths into the bot side have been roams, so they're not. And it's fine because Blue Milk wasn't really playing to win laning phase. They were only playing to win off ganks or just win off roams, and that's exactly what they're doing. So cleanse, just like I said, only good if you're playing for the laning phase and you're calling for your jungler and for you not to die, but you hasn't used it a single time this game, and it's really gonna hurt you into the later stages of the game.
Yeah, no, I do agree. Someone was brought up in the chat that EU challenger players bring cleanse. Those are challenger players.
They actually know how to play around it.
This is a gold elo, so that's completely different. So you can bring up the fact that challenger players bring it, but I can tell you in fact that challenger players play Aphelios. Do you think gold players play Aphelios? No, because gold players know how to punish Aphelios pretty well.
Challenger players also do the same, but the support is usually just as good there, and that's the situation we're in right now. Just cleanse, not a good value right now. They're not. I mean, yes, obviously it's really hard to punish Chaotic because he does have cleanse, but that's not what Flipchick and Goof are going for. They're not looking to punish the bot lane. They're just looking to play on their own. And Practice is going to find Trollcracker into his jungle here. He's going to activate Ragnarok, and quite a bit of damage out. Top trade is going to be about even here. Killua on the flank onto Chili here. Stun is going to land there, but not too much damage. And this man is currently 3-0.
And right here, so since Hero 39 is winning top lane, he's giving so much pressure for Olaf to say either secure the Rift Tower or look for another gank.
He's starting to fall down on CS finally, but 16 minutes, 17 minutes into the game is definitely not what you're looking for this pick to start coming online. And a lot of damage is going to be going onto the tower. Flipchick and Goof alone on the bot side, but it is 4 people roaming. They got to be really careful here. Flipchick is greeting way too much here. It is TP up on Kilo right there. He can rotate or TP down here if he so chooses, but I think Flipchick is just going to lose his life. It looks like that's exactly what's going to happen. Kill is going to go over to JS Chaotic. Shut down. He's now 450 gold richer. On the opposite side of the map, Trollcracker going to be able to pick up Shelly here. See if they can't break any more towers into the top or bot side here.
Yeah, that was a really good roam by Slime Esports. They saw that Flipchick was greeting for tower plates, and they took advantage of that, and they got a good shutdown gold for their ADC.
Yep. Tower's gonna fall onto this bot side here. However, Tower's most likely will definitely fall into this mid lane now that Shelly is used here. I think Shelly could have been used someplace else since that tower was so low, but to each their own. I don't think they're going to be able to get the second dash off. And no, they will not. They're going to be able to stop that one. But still, they do end up getting the tower here.
I think, to be honest, I like to trade that Blue Milk did. I don't like
I think I'll be really careful here. He's going to tumble right out the way, but Kilo's holding. He's going to be condemned, but it doesn't matter. Kilo just does so much damage. That's ADC in this current meta against AP Assassins. and there's that much you can really do there. Another kill goes over to Diana.
And then as soon as like I said from the very beginning, having so many squishies when there's a Diana on top of having with a Darius is a really bad idea because if one of them gets on top of you, you're just dead.
Practice is going to be walking through Drake. Drake is going to be spawning about 15 seconds here. And they have to stop this. They cannot let Blue Milk to continue Drake stacking this. So they want to try to stop this. They want to make sure that they cannot continue to Drake stack this. However, it could still be a very troublesome fight. Chili does have TP. Hero 39 is roaming down here. Drake is going to be starting from Troll here. There is no prio on Blue, and Islam Esports here. I think this trick is just going to go over to Blue Milk, and they're going to be on Soul Point here. Time's going to be used up, and really good zone coming out from Girth there. He's going to try to see if he can't find any bit of damage here, but it's not going to matter. It looks like he's going to go over to Trollbacker here. Damage is going to go on to Girth there, and actually Zodic onto the back line. He's going to be able to find a kill on to Shogun. He's going to be really careful. Chili's going to be the next target. A lot of low health bars on Blue Milk here. Really good for him. He's going to find the sun on to deal with it. He was just going to be to make sure he stays healthy. Griffin in a really bad position to try to walk out as much as possible. He was taking a lot of damage. Sun is going to go off here. Good not going to be able to heal, but I think it's going to be Anthony. He's going to find one. He's going to find two. Can he find three? Yes, he can. And Nivea is going to be able to be proc there. You do end up finding a kill onto Nivea, but it does not matter. And they're going to be able to throw the axe toss. Olaf's going to get away, but Drake is going to go over to Blue Milk, but 3 kills goes over to Chaotic on the MF.
I don't know if that was you lagging or me lagging for a second, but you kind of sounded robotic for me for a second. That was a really good engage by Islam Esports. I wish they would have done that a little bit soon before the Dragon's taken, because I feel like they would have won that fight and gotten Dragon. Blue Milk kind of got split.
Yeah, they got split there, so that was just in general really good team fight for Islam Esports. They're able to split up Blue Milk and be able to find a lot of kills there. They're actually up in gold now despite being down in 2 kills. Although Drake does go over to Blue Milk, they have been able to Drake stack 25 minutes will be roughly when the next one spawns there, and if Blue Milk can get that, that's a big win con for themselves here. And Diana did not die. She did not give up her 600 gold shutdown. She's worth about 2 kills here, so not dying. So it's a really crucial for Blue Milk, but still definitely not good in general for Blue Milk. Did you give 3 kills over to Misfortune? However, Misfortune 100% KP, 6 out of 7 kills. She's pretty much the only issue on Islam Esports, and this team just has the ability to dive onto her without too much consequence. So if Blue Milk plays their strengths as a comp, it should be very easy to lessen this deficit they have themselves in. They're gonna have to pretty much just gonna wait until the next strike spawns here. There's not really much to do. Both teams really don't want to fight here. There's a gold lead going over to Islam Esports, but it's not enough to just try to gamble a 5v5 fight right now, especially since the Diana is so strong and Diana does trump over a Fed MF any day of the week, just because that's just how AP Mage Assassins go. So in general, just gonna wait out, see if they cannot find another Drake here, and if Blue Milk can find another Drake, it's gonna be really huge there. See if they cannot find some more towers as well. It looks like bot tower is almost about to fall down here, and it looks like Diana is gonna be looking. So let's see. There's a lot of Islam Esports is onto this top side here. They're maybe looking for something onto Hero 39, see if they cannot find anything here. Tower is going to end up falling here, most likely to the minions here. Hero 39 could be really careful. He's going to be running into 2 here, but he's going to be able to get right outside of that one. And Flipster got to be really careful. Really good wand stun. Careful. It's going to be used, and just Flipster just gets melted down. For champion not found there, as he just absolutely gets deleted there. And they're not done. Praxis is going to look for more. He's going to find out Throw Vector here. He's going to be able to find the Sun here. He has to try to get out. Taunt is going to be used, but second amount of Ragnarok is going to be Prate. He's going to be forced to flash here. Griff's going to be the next target here. He's going to be stunned down. The R is going to be used from the Anivia, and Chili going to be able to pick up that one. As Sham Esports finding a lot from Blue Milk here, as they just keep on mispositioning themselves into this comp. They have no engagement, but that does not matter if you walk up too far against this Anivia, and they're looking to pick up this tower in mid lane. Jakers could be spawning about 30 seconds here. I wouldn't be surprised if Slam Esports is able to pick this one up. Another fight is going to be happening here. Trovecker is going to be condemned into the wall. He does not back up to be looking. Let's look at the flash outside of that one, but it doesn't matter because the bench gets extended. Huge bullet time coming out from Chaotic. Clifton could also lose his life. Practice not even going to lose his. He was the only one left alive. Habsy looking for more gear, but the taunt coming out from Griff is going to turn that away. But right now, Shlom Esports, they flipped something. Some switch was flipped here because they're just absolutely playing out of their minds right now. And this is going to be a free trick going over to them. They're finally going to be able to stop that trick stacking. So it's not going to go over to Blue Milk, and they may have just found a way back into this game as they're just playing into the jungle really well. They have the vision. Doesn't matter if they don't have engage, if the enemy team just runs into the kill threat range, and they're just so far playing this phenomenally. Yeah, this might just be easy, by the way, guys. Well, then you could just look off of my live stream on Discord.
Okay, I'll just do that then. It kicked me out my bed. Right,
It's all good
right
there.
servers, it's fun.
You know, Riot Games, what do you expect from them? They can barely make a working client, so. Yeah, a lot has happened since you were gone, though.
Yeah,
Slam Esports is able to turn around this game a lot.
I have noticed. I've seen that Slam Esports is up 12 kills now. Vayne has 2 kills with Kraken Slayer. Udia has 9 assists, and an MF is 8-0. Still, seems like has never used cleanse.
Oh yes, I'm just gonna continue harping on that until she finally does.
Well, like in my opinion, if you're gonna bring a summoner, use it. Don't waste it. It makes no sense. Why bring a summoner if you're not gonna use it?
Exactly.
If you know you can play safe enough, if you know you can actually outplay the enemy bot lane, why waste cleanse? The only reason you bring cleanse is that you know you're going to have a hard time in the lane.
That's why usually people bring it into Leona, since Leona is so one-dimensional here. They're looking for something onto Habsy here, and Habsy gotta be really careful. He's gonna tumble on that one, but he's gonna look back on here, and the damage is so big. Really good tumble is gonna be able to cancel the R. Shutdown is gonna go over to the Olaf, but damn, that was really good. Just well done from Habsy there. The R gonna be coming out from the Seraphine there, not gonna be able to find anything, and I mean, that's what the issue this comp has. Really hard to engage unless the Seraphine flashes are, but not going to be able to find anything. That is a summoner cooldown onto Shogun, but still, 1-for-1. Shutdown does go over to Olaf, so a little bit more gold there, but it doesn't matter. That was really well played by Habs.
Yeah, that was actually really well played. He got a kill out of it. But also it's good for Blue Milk as well, because they did shut down Vayne, and get that little pressure so the next team fight they don't have to worry about Vayne diving on their backlines trying to poke them out.
Yeah, Blue Mark definitely has to slow this game down. Like, they have to just look for opportunities here, and Slam Esports, if they can keep this momentum going, they're about a 4K gold lead, so if they can keep this momentum going and just,
It looks like I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate, and I don't care if I do. Chaotic, why I don't like the Chaotic went Gale Force. Why would you go Gale Force into 3 tanks? That legit makes no sense. You have cleanse.
Definitely gonna be hard to kill Hero, Troll, and Goof, but he will be able to shut down Killua and Trick quite easily. So it seems like that's what he's going for. He's not looking for doing damage of all. He's just looking to do damage onto these squishies here, and looks like they're going around Baron right now. It is warded, so Sweeper needs to be used here, and looks like Praxis could be able to find it out, but it doesn't matter because Lima Cody notices a possibility here. They're going to be rotating onto this, but they just do the Baron so fast here. Are they going to be able to get there in time? Hero 39 is there to enter the Crusader. Is going to find on the Hazi there. That's going to be a lot of damage going out. Flash into the Baron, but it's not going to be enough to go. You can think of ability of the whole time. It's going to be able to find a kill there. Activia is going to be going off here, but Hero 39 is going really big into the back line here. Flipchick trying to do as much damage as possible. He's going to be able to find a kill onto Praxis there. And Chili doing as much damage as possible onto Goof there. And really be able to find a kill there. The top is going to be used there. Hero 39 is going to force a flash up, but flash is going to be enough to stun him down. And Ace going to go over to Blue Milk there. Flipchick going to be an unofficial quadra kill there. And Dragon is starting up in about 40 seconds here. This is Soul. That is Baron going over to Sean Eastbush, but it doesn't matter. Every single one of them fell. Yes, they got the 300 gold for each members, but it doesn't matter because you just donated as much, if not more, because of the shutdowns over to Blue Milk there, and they're going to be able to close up that gold lead. It's no longer about 4,000 or 5,000. It's now roughly less than 3,000. Drake's spawning in 20 seconds.
I don't know if you didn't see or not, but MF Gale Force in the Darius. She Gale Force in the Darius's face. Why? So
try to do as much damage as possible. Shogun, you have to be so careful! Oh no, will you be able to get out of this one? But alive, yes he will. But that is, you know, one guy's support left in this fight. Praxis is gonna go for a flash stun, but it doesn't matter because the rest of Blue Milk is here. Abby trying to look for something onto Group there. Really good E coming up from Hero 39. Flipcheck is now unstoppable. TP coming out here. So is gonna stop doing the dragon, but really good all coming out from Kilo. There. So much is gonna go out. So he's gonna go gold, but I think it's gonna matter. They're just dropping like flies. That's gonna be another ace going over to Blue Milk, and they get the soul. And they're looking to end this game. They are now only about roughly 200 to 300 gold down. They are turning this game right back around, just like Tron Esports did.
And this is exactly what we were talking about in the pre-game. They had no front line. They have Udyr. That's all they have. Udyr's not a frontliner. Udyr does not want to fight with your team. He looks for the early ganks. He looks for the early roams like he's supposed to. Then after that, Udyr is just a champion who goes around and getting objectives.
Can't really do that. Can't really do that in this position because he is the only engage, but you have nothing to fall off on his engage. You only have the Seraphine, but if you had an Orianna into the mid lane, I can see this working out. It's been done in competitive play, but like you have nothing to follow up instantly on the Udyr stun, and
yeah,
you can't play around the very small percentage of constantly picking out Blue Milk, which is what happened. Blue Milk learned from the mistakes, and they're able to play around it. They are now up in gold, have the soul. Elders in about 5 minutes, Baron in 3, and they're looking really good right now. Habsy going to be a target here. A lot of damage going on him. He's going to be about half health from Gurf here. Have to be really careful with his 4 members onto the top side here. It's going to be used to get out of there. Really well done from Gurf there, but Hero 39 going to be the target here. He's going to be stumped up, but can they actually pick up a kill onto Hero 39? I think they are able to with his 5 members. Just for one there, they're all going to be used from JS Chaotic, and
that was a waste of an ult in my opinion. He was already dead. There was no point of ulting right there. You just gave Blue Milk a really good cooldown.
I agree. That definitely not what you want to do there. It's a waste of a cooldown. Cooldown's not particularly low either. It's 110 seconds, even 32 minutes into the game here, and Blue Milk looking for something with the split off from Esports. Habs is going to head into the top side here. Looks like some members are pinging to go bot side on Shram Esports. They have to take out this opinion wave that is accumulating onto this tower here. Looks like Praxis is going to be the one taking that one over, but they use so much just to get one.
Yeah, they actually use a lot. Oh, the arm miss, it looks like.
If Trinity Crusader are going to be used from Flowcheck, not going to be able to find its target.
If you haven't noticed, Flipcheck is actually catching up.
Oh, here comes Praxis. He's gonna go into the backline. What are you doing? You're taking so much damage. They're really gonna steal it once again there. People are gonna go golden here. Attack is gonna be used there. And it's gonna be Habsy onto the backline there. He's gonna no, he's not even gonna be able to find a kill onto Flipcheck. Really good flash from him though, but Chaotic gonna be able to find a kill on Vector there. A little overzealousness from him though, but it doesn't matter. Kilo is doing so much damage, and knock, knock, knock. Guess what? We casters have been talking about the entire game. This Udyr is the only one that can engage, and once he engages, no follow-up is to be had. And that's exactly what happened there, as Blue Milk going to be able to find 4 out of the 5 kills there. Chaotic, the only one left alive, and everybody's gonna fall down for sure here. And they are gonna go in and back off here and wait and wait for the Baron to
didn't
spawn.
realize, if you didn't see, the reason why Ash lives for so long is because Ash actually bought a Mortal Shield bow, which gives her that sustain to actually just hold out and wait for his teammates to come in and just kill kill Habsy. That was
That's true.
actually a really smart move.
Kyoto is actually a good buy here. He's not the one doing damage. He's just there for the utility. He's there for the slow. He's there for the R. And if he can get some autos in there, then it's obviously going to benefit as well. Yes, I need Runons. He also has the Zeal up there, so he will do a little bit of damage there. Regardless if he does not have Kraken Slay, he's going to be able to survive some of these fights. And I said we're going to continue to harp on it, but
And
Chaotic,
if you didn't
I
realize,
don't think he's used
Darius
Cleanse yet.
in both, so Hero 39 and Killa is level 17.
Big level lead here. Praxis gonna be really careful there. He's gonna take quite a bit of damage. The R coming out. He's gonna find two there. Hero 39 taking a lot of damage. Gonna fly to dash back in. Oh no! That is not what you want to find at all there. Killa is into the back line. He TP'd for that play. He has flash coming up. Praxis looking for this kill. But they're gonna go ahead and start up this Drake. And this may just go over.
The Baron, yeah, unless Diana can do something.
And they're gonna be able to find a flash stun onto Killa there, but the damage is so big! You're gonna be able to finish up about half the team there, and oh my goodness, doing so much damage here, and Phil's gonna be able to find as much as possible. The back is gonna be used, Gale's gonna be a target there. He will end up falling down, and another ace goes over. Killa is zoning. Can this man not do anything for his team? Because he's just setting up everything. It's only 2 members left to line for Blue Milk. And they're gonna be able to pick up the Baron, but oh my goodness, Killua.
And in my opinion, if Miss Fortune had actually had heal instead of cleanse right there, she would have taken out Flip Trick. She might have had the survivability to take it out, but since she has cleanse, she wasn't able to do anything.
She used it though. She used
That's
it.
true. She did use it.
She used it. I'll give a golf clap for that one.
I'll give Chaotic that you did use it. You did well that fight, but Blue Milk came on top.
Yeah, that was really well done. Killua just smurfing this game, man. He's like right at the end of the tunnel for Blue Milk, and now Fliptrick starting to get fed.
Yeah,
Olaf's starting to get some more items
now. He was really far behind.
Yeah, now he's ahead. Elder's actually gonna be spawning here, and Killua no longer has TP. Are they just gonna start this one up? Yes, they are. What is Slime Esports doing? They need to walk up for this. They have no vision on it. What are you doing? They're about to take the Elder Dragon when they have Baron. Walk up. Don't allow them. Killua isn't there, and Elder Drake's gonna go over to Blue Milk. You don't want to fight this anymore. Get out. Circus Arrow is going to be used. They're not going to be able to find the damage but he needs, but Bad Touch is going to be right into the back line. Music is going to be used, and they're just so split up. They're going to be able to find each other, but it doesn't matter. The execute's going left and right there, and the fight goes over.
And that's game.
Yeah, that's game.
That is game.
Oh my goodness, what were they doing? Why were they walking
They
up?
hesitated too much. All they needed to do, all Slime Esports needed to do was just had Udyr go in, MF ulted. And then they would have, and then Blue Milk had to split up.
That was
That was a spicy game for the first game of the series.
It was definitely spicy, but Schlong, what are you doing in that last fight? They were doing so good. They were able to find a comeback there. And I know I said the comp favored Blue Milk, but they had the ability to win that game. They didn't have vision, and they just didn't think that they were doing it. And I mean, Kilo was gone, and they started it.
Yeah,
he didn't have TP.
They started, and the thing is, Kilo was able to also TP behind them in the middle of that fight. That last fight.
He didn't even have TP at all.
Oh, he didn't.
He just walked up. He legit just. I don't even think he was mostly part of that fight. It was just the fact that they got Elder Dragon, and at that point they could just win the 4v5. They had no vision on it. They weren't wanting to pull the trigger. And like even if Kilo was there, if they get Elder, you lose, and you have 5 members there. no matter if Cuba is there or not there, you need to go in. You need to stop it from happening. They have Baron and they get Elder on top of them having Soul. It is GG. They have the comp diff. They won out the last like 2 fights getting an ace.
I feel like the only way for Slime Esports to win is that first of all, you needed to get Vayne ahead. Vayne needed to be more. She needed to poke more. She needed to do more than what she did to Darius. Letting Darius free farm like that, letting Darius just do what he wanted the top lane, kind of put Vayne behind, which indirectly put the entire team behind.
Yeah, the only reason you really pick Vayne there is to stomp on the Darius, but that didn't happen. That did not happen at all. Habsy just not fighting that early game at all against Hero 39. And I mean, if you're not able to find anything there, unfortunately, you're just not gonna be able to do what you need to do there. But Blue Mug just out drafted that. They outplayed that towards the end. Shaw Esports definitely got to go back to the drawing board. The comp, the issues with their comp is I feel like one of the main reasons why they lost. They had no engage. They only had the Udyr. Every time Udyr tried to engage, he just got bursted down. You can't follow up on his engage either. You only have Shogun ultimate on Seraphine to follow up. It's not enough. Yes, you were able to come back, but that was mostly, I wouldn't say mostly, it was really, really good positioning from Schlamm to find those picks. But it was Blue Milk playing into them, playing, into their own jungle, not having vision on it. And they made a couple mistakes there. So Schlamm going to be able to find that one out and doing a really good job of finding himself back into the game. But doesn't matter because Blue Milk able to adapt and learn that that's what they wanted to do. Get vision down, not played that far into no vision, and they were able to come back and win that game.
Yeah, no, and someone someone just said in chat real quick that basically picking Vayne meant Ash was not going to be touching late game, and I truly believe that. But we're going to go on a break for a couple minutes, and then we'll be right back with player of the game.
Summertime, got liquor on the table, I don't mind where the night goes, your skin on mine. I see no other people, love is blind, but that's alright though. Pull me down, drown me in this thing I'm feeling, round and round, the world is turning upside down. Tell me how I could be the one you're needing, girl. Your touch is driving me wild. I want your body on me. This moment is fleeting, so don't go away. I want your body on me. This moment is magic, I want you to stay. Gin and lime, I love it when you're playful, give it time. I'll make you mine, girl, your hand in mine. I'll lead you far away, girl, so divine. Our lips touch, our eyes close. Pull me down, drown me in this thing I'm feeling, round and round. The world is turning upside down. Tell me how I could be the one you're needing, girl. Your touch is driving
All right, guys. So we're just gonna do a little quick player of the game. Mr. Killua in the mid lane is gonna take it home for game number 1, and his Diana was clean. It was spick and span. He was able to land so many flanks, so many flank ultimates, and just make sure that they were able to keep themselves in the game. He was their shining light that pushed them forward. Everyone played really well on BM, although the bot lane was slightly behind because of matchup reasons. However, Killua, his flanks were godlike. Hero, his flags were godlike, and he is able to stay alive in the most annoying lane in the game. And as I like to say, people who play range top laners, small PP. But apart from that, Hero played out of his mind surviving that matchup. That matchup is the worst in the game, and he did it. He stayed alive. He did have a little help from his jungler, but I mean, how do you beat a Vayne? You can't beat her in lane. You gank her. That's how you win. And that's what happened. Vayne is too broken as a top laner, but people don't seem to understand that. So the only way to beat that champion is to gank it into oblivion. And that's what they did. They made sure the Vayne was not able to be a presence in the game. And that's how you have to play into a Vayne top, and that's why it's very, very rarely picked in competitive play. It's super good in solo queue because you have the ability to abuse laners and not have to worry about junglers all that much because they have relatively inefficient pathing. But hey, here, people have communication. They can talk to each other and make sure that Vayne is not allowed to play the game. So we can go right into draft. So we're going to go right into that. But before we do, any last comments about game number 1?
Spicy.
Very spicy.
Very spicy game.
Mm-hmm,
It was all over the place too. But
Definitely.
the game kind of went as I expected. Besides Blue Milk, kind of faltering a little bit in that mid game.
Definitely.
Getting picked out from the Anivia walls, but like I mean that was just good play from Shalom Esports, so good on them. But besides that, the game pretty much went as I expected since Blue Milk just I feel like outdrafted them.
All right, so we are going to get right into draft. We'll see you guys in just a second.
Alrighty. Okay. Diana's instantly going to be taken off the board.
I was actually, so I'm not surprised that it was taken off the board. I wonder what what Blue Moon's next counter pick is to Anivia, if they leave Anivia open. I'm thinking that Blue Milk is going to take out the MF. I would not be surprised.
Neff definitely was very strong in that game, but of course, MF, I'm going to keep on harping on this just because I feel like it's going to kill people. She only had one summoner contest that game.
Yeah, that is true. And even in the team fights, yeah, you had cleanse, but you still died anyway.
Yeah, because into the later stage of the game, it just did not matter. Hecarim is going to be banned out from Blue Milk. Make sure Praxis does not get that pick. Slam Esports thinking what they wanted to ban out on the second phase, but I mean, that game was just. It was something. It was something.
It went how I knew was gonna happen. I knew that Blue Milk was gonna win the team fights, and I knew that Sun Esports was gonna win the picks. And it looks like so far it's gonna be the same bans except for the Diana ban for both sides. Looks like Slam Esports is gonna take out Lucian. I guess they're afraid of Flipjake's Lucian, and Blue Milk is taking out Rel and Hecarim.
Yeah, Blue Milk bans so far has not changed. The only ban that is different is Shlom, and they're gonna also ban out
and
the
then
Darius.
there's the Darius ban.
Okay, the Darius ban. I'm gonna level with you. Hero played really well, especially into a match he should have lost.
That's not a
I don't think it's.
Yeah, I don't think that's a worthy ban as well. Darius is, yes, he's a good 1v1er. He's good at doing what he does, and you know, Hero 39 is really good on Darius as well. But there's other top laners that are so much more banned.
Maybe they banned it out so Hazard didn't pick being top of them. I'm kidding. But same bans coming out from Blue Milk there. No different whatsoever. Xiaomi's but keeping the Lucian ban have been good and take out the Darius and the Diana this time. Last time they did ban the Callista and the Aatrox here. Blue Milk currently has.
It looks like Xiaomi Esports is opting to take the Seraphine again.
Yep, Olaf is going to be locked in once again for Troll Record.
I don't know how I feel about him getting Seraphine again. I feel like Seraphine, she was good, but I feel like you don't want to first pick Seraphine.
I mean, if it's a power pick, it's a power pick. They don't want Killua or Girth to pick that one up, but in general, I mean, I don't think it did too much that game, but of course, it was a really hard comp for Seraphine to really do much. So we'll see if Shogun can come back big on this play, and Lumuk maybe looking to lock away the MF from JS Chaotic here, and yet Flipchick can going to pick up that one here. So
And it looks
Chaotic
like
not
they're
going to be
gonna.
able to get MF
Ooh.
this game.
And yeah, it looks like Flipchick is gonna be playing the MF. What do you think Gerf's gonna be playing support? Heimerdinger?
No, I don't think we're ever gonna get Heimerdinger. Maybe like if they're like best of 5 series and they're up 2-0, maybe he locks in the Heimer support.
Maybe that is a match I gotta see. I gotta see Gerf play Heimerdinger. I have to see it.
Just once.
Just once. No, I'm actually hoping that Gerf gets Galio again. I think Galio with the Olaf and definitely with Misfortune is really good right now.
So they pick Seraphine and they have engaged this time. They have Malphite.
Yeah, but why would,
my question is why you
would you
locking
pick your top
Malphite?
laner?
Why
Yeah.
you locking in Malphite this early when you are blue side? Like,
And then they're locked in their jungler, so they're keeping their
they want
hidden.
support. They want support counter pick, I guess. Or not support, ADC counter pick. My bad.
So
Yep, it's the Mordekaiser.
I have seen JSKI play a couple of ADCs, and his
I don't understand Xiaomi's Sports draft so far. I mean, they have engaged this time, right? They have Malphite this time, so like they actually do have engaged. But why are you picking your top laner this early?
You also pick an assassin into an Olaf Mordekaiser. Well, I know they just locked in Mordekaiser, but you left Mordekaiser open. You know Hero 39 plays Mordekaiser.
My question is...
Your option is you collecting Kha'Zix.
My question is if they were planning on going Malphite, why ban Darius and not the Mordekaiser? Darius is an easier matchup for Malphite. He just plays back. He could play up once he gets some of that armor stacking going on, but armor stacking really benefits Malphite because he scales up armor. Mordekaiser's not AD, he's AP. So,
and then it looks like 2 ADCs are gonna be gone
Samir.
JS Chaotic.
Makes sense. Isis Samir would be really good with Seraphine and Malphite here, so
Anivia is still open for mid lane. So I'm curious to see if Slime Esports is gonna pick up Anivia again. I don't think they will since what happened last game. Because if they pick up Anivia, Blue Milk can just pick another engaged champion.
Oh, so counter pick is most likely, and it should go to the Killua. I don't think support counter. We don't even need support counter pick because the support's been picked. Again, like I'm like thinking like Slam Esports like hasn't picked the support yet, and that's why the draft is the way it is. Maybe they want support counter pick, but they already picked the support. They already picked a top laner in the jungle. They don't have ADC, and they've already sent the ADC. So I mean, they're really not. They're playing themselves in a really weird situation right now. They should pick support here now and give counter pick over to Killua, since they already see the Seraphine support, unless the Seraphine is going mid. But you give that counter pick to Killua, then you know for certain if it is going mid or bot. But in general, I do not like Shalom's draft at all.
Yeah, I don't like it either. Like I said, you first lock in Seraphine, which is
Morgana. Fine. That's perfect. That's
honestly. And then you lock in Malphite Kha'Zix when you saw they had MF Olaf, and you're just giving him so much prior pick right now. You like literally Blue Milk has Olaf R, Morgana's Black Shield, MF ult, and now Mordekaiser R.
Yeah. See what Xiaomi Esports are gonna end up picking out here. They need to pick their top laner, not the top laner. Their ADC and their mid laner here, unless the Seraphine is going mid, but it is not. Nautilus gonna be locked in here, and I mean, not much you can really do once you already see the Morgana there, unless you want to play a poke. I mean, poke support. So it is gonna be Seraphine mid, unless that is Dwayne B Nautilus mid, which I don't think is going to be the case here. But I guess maybe they're going for some kill threat here. But I mean, Nautilus does kind of okay into Morgana because Nautilus still gets pulled in. But Aphelios is going to be picked up here, and I don't understand this draft. I don't understand.
Yeah, so it looks like Seraphine is going in the mid lane. So you're giving Blue Milk even more prio. since you lock in Seraphine mid lane. In my opinion, I don't really like Seraphine mid lane if I don't have an engaged jungler. This
Which
is
they don't.
when I play it. And you have a Kha'Zix jungler, so you know that Kha'Zix is going to be looking to gank bot, or he's going to be looking to gank top. He can't really gank mid. And then there's the
There's
Yone
the
pick. Yone can also, get out of Seraphine's R by just pressing E.
One thing I do gotta say, Blue Milk, no front line. That's the one thing that Blue Milk does not have. However,
But they have an Olaf.
Slam Esports damage is baking on the fact of Kha'Zix ISO damage and Aphelios. Aphelios, really hard to consistently do a lot of damage. So that's the point of his champion. He's mechanically challenged. You need to know all of his weapons, you need to go all the good weapon combos, you need to set up the weapon combos ahead of time. But Blue Milk, they're engaged, not as consistent. They do have the Yone engage, they do have the Olaf engage, and they do have Mordekaiser able to make the
Cannon just pointed out, Mordekaiser can just ult on to the Malphite. Then no teams have a front line where it benefits Blue Milk and all.
Mm-hmm. That is true. Unless this Malphite is just big brain crack, and Habsy can R as soon as hero R, so the Unstoppable does stop that ult from going off. But in general, yes, that is true. Does we move to front line? They still do have a little bit of an issue of having not as consistent engage, while Slam Esports does. But in general, Blue Milk are fine with, Slam engaging into them, right? Since they do have they do have the Morgana, and their damage is going to be very lessened. Like, this Seraphine does not do a lot of damage.
I don't understand the prio of the Seraphine pick. I understand you don't want Blue Milk to have it. I understand that Kilola plays it, or Gurf plays it, but there's easy counter picks against Seraphine itself. And as you see, Blue Milk has the counter pick. They have the Mordekaiser, they have the Olaf, they have Yone, for crying out loud. And then on top of that, they have MF, Morgana bot lane. And so literally they have countered to the Seraphine.
Yeah.
So I feel like you should not prio pick the Seraphine, but prio pick your ADC. As you saw, JS Chaotic is the main carry for Slam Esports. As you saw at the MF game, he literally went 15 and 2, I think, that last game. So if you prio pick your ADC over Seraphine, I feel like it would be a lot better for your draft than picking her. This is my opinion. That's what I think.
No, I mean, in general, I agree. It's like, I don't know. I feel like 2 games in a row, Blue Milk has absolutely smurfed the draft. Their draft is definitely better. I feel like their draft is stronger this game than it was last, to the fact that they have to be winning.
And they also pick Nautilus and the Morgana too. I understand why people pick.
It's one of the best engaged champs into Morgana, because when Nautilus chews, he doesn't pull the Morgana, but he still pulls himself about that halfway distance. So
which is still good for.
He still gets value out of it. Close that distance to press the R on the other champion that is not.
But the only issue is that it's MF.
Yeah, it's just
if it was like Ash. If it was like Ash, or if it was like I'm trying to think of it, like a Senna or something like that, that would make more sense. But since you have a high damage ADC like Misfortune at this moment because of her passive, Nautilus is not going to get that much value out of it, because if Gurf knows how to press Black Shield quickly on either him or Misfortune, they're just going to punish Nautilus for going in.
Exactly.
Unless Nautilus is big brain and he goes in, and then as soon as he goes in, if Gurf or Morgana, who's not Black Shield, is staying right next to each other, he autos him and roots him real quickly.
Also, last game they had a Nivea against Olaf. At least had something to answer against Olaf. Olaf, even through the Ragnarok, can't swap through terrain. But there's nothing like that here. Olaf has free reign into the backline. He presses R, he just runs straight onto Aphelios, Seraphine, and Kha'Zix. But Kha'Zix shouldn't even be with the team. He should be looking for a flank. And the only way I think you kill a solo fast enough is if Kha'Zix is doing ISO damage to him when he's ahead of his team. However, that forces Kha'Zix to play front to back with his team, which Kha'Zix doesn't want to do. So that's an easy way to kill the bug. On top of that, Seraphine and Feli is very squishy, don't have a lot of mobility. Kha'Zix is the only one that does. So like in general, I think like it's an easier draft for Blue Milk.
Yeah, no, I do agree. I think Blue Milk has this game in the bag if they play collectively, if they play on their with their team, how their team plays. Because you have Mordekaiser R, who can take out Malphite, or can even take out Aphelios, Nautilus, Seraphine, even Kha'Zix. You have Olaf R, who can just run through Aphelios. He can run through Kha'Zix. He can run through Malphite, Nautilus, and Seraphine at the same time. Then you have Yone, who has R and his E for his placement for for placements. And then you have MFR, who can just sit in the background and just peg you. And then on top of that, you have Morgana Black Shield with Morgana Q.
Yeah.
I do not see Blue Milk losing this game.
Yeah, it's definitely very hard for Blue Milk to falter on this one. Ladies and gentlemen, predictions are open. Spectator delay is about 20 seconds out. Orban, if you have anything left.
No, I have nothing left. I'm betting all my tokens on Blue Milk.
I'm not a betting man, but I put all my tokens also on Blue Milk. I just truly believe this is a really hard game for them to end up losing. But ladies and gentlemen, 8 seconds left. On to the spectator delay here. We're going to go into a quick loading screen. Please stick around. Will not be long until we come back. See you then.
I saw you smile from across the bar. Yeah, she was pretty and so close but so far. She flipped her hair and I thought this can't be true. How does a man like me get someone like you? And then she looked at me and I was confused. Everyone here can't be the one that she'll choose. And I looked back and saw the spark in her eyes. This can't be real, my head's telling me lies. Just like that, you're coming closer to me. Come shake me, grab me, so I wake up from this dream. I can't breathe, come at me. I don't know if I can speak. Then she said, come with me and let's be free.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to LAS Premade Week 5. We have Blue Milk versus Shalom Esports here. Blue Milk currently leading with a 1-0 lead, and before I can even do the rest of my transition, we already see Blue Milk going on for a level 1 cheese.
I have to question Slime Esports' runes.
Aftershock, Lethal, Airy, Conquer, and Comet. They're going to be able to spot this one out there because Nautilus is
Conquer on
getting out
Kha'Zix, I do not like. Kha'Zix is a burst champion. You want to do as much damage and you burst them down as fast as possible. And then Lethal Temple and Aphelios.
I guess they want some of that late game scaling, but I mean, that's going to lessen your early game by quite a bit. I mean, I guess it kind of will help against Olaf because maybe you could try to out-sustain. I don't know. I don't know.
The only thing I think of Lethal Tempo is that you want to do your Trockums with their Scythe Pistol. It's good with Lethal Tempo. But the issue with that is that you're sacrificing your early game, which is already bad with Aphelios.
Yes, you're sacrificing your early game, makes it a lot more worse. Conquer in general good at all stages of the game. Even PTA isn't that bad on him because of the extra damage he can do into the early game and even late game. He can proc that vulnerable damage, but both junglers are going to be starting topside here. This is going to be really exciting to see who is able to come out on top on early game. I really think it should be Blue Milk. They have 3 winning lanes. They already showed, I feel like, that they just, in general, play better just from the first game. And Q is already gonna land on Chaotic there. Crit damage from the Q from Flip Trick also.
And it looks like if it looks like Mordekaiser is just beating Malphite off of the waves, making sure he doesn't get CS, which is what you want as Mordekaiser. You don't want Malphite to farm. You don't want Malphite to scale.
That's probably what you expect when you're a Malphite. You have the poke damage from your Q though, but outside of that, your 1v1 potential isn't really that strong until you get a little bit of resistance there. But obviously, Q with the 9 on the Mordekaiser gonna be feeling really happy into this matchup in general. He does get natural magic pin because of his E, so it makes it even harder for a champion that scales off of armor to even build MR. So in general, I mean, this is why Mordekaiser is such a good matchup into Malphite. Both junglers on the same side of the map here, but Olaf is going to be able to get to this tri-bush. And they may be looking for something.
But I see people are arguing about Lethal Temple on Aphelios. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying you're sacrificing your early game really, really hard with Lethal Tempo. With Aphelios already has a
39 going for a little bit of damage onto Havzi there. He's going to see if he can get the ISO Q damage, but he is not going to be able to. He doesn't have a level lead. Malphite very low on mana there. Trying going to be used, but not going to land. Looks really good on that dodged out there. And Troma could be able to do something onto Chili here. Yon is nowhere near, though. He's going to be really careful. You might be able to match him in practice, but no, he cannot. He's got to be really careful. Flash coming out from Chili, though. But here comes Kilo Zoldyck there. He's going to see if he can't pick up a kill on to this. Oh, really good flash coming out from Praxis. Vector with the Q. He's going to be able to find a kill there, though. So that's going to be a double play. Lift's going to be able to pick up a kill on the Seraphine. And, I mean, it's so split. I'm trying to talk about 3 different things at once.
I don't know exactly what's going on. It was going everywhere. And top lane's fighting, too. At the same time, but as I was saying, I'm not saying Lethal Temple Aphelios is bad. I personally like doing Lethal Temple on champions who are good with it. Like I like doing Lethal Temple on Callista. I just think the late game scaling is better on her. That's just my opinion. But I'm just saying this obvious statement. You're sacrificing the early game of a champion who already has a bad early game.
It seems like they're just gonna go for scaling here, but I mean, it's a screwed position because Aphelios shouldn't even be a champion in this situation. He shouldn't have been picked.
Yeah, I would have rather them pick a if Kaisa wasn't banned, pick Kaisa
was
or
banned. Kaisa Samir was banned. Lucian was also banned.
They could have picked Jinx. Jinx would have been fine here.
There we go, Jinx. There you go.
Because Jinx has the opportunity to poke with a rocket since her rockets now scale to 200 range with max Q.
Oh, so a hyper carry there.
Another hyper carry. You could have gone Vayne. Vayne would have been perfect. Vayne would have been fine.
Yeah, Vayne, you could have just gone all out with it and gone Twitch if you really want to go for the long haul. Like there's just so many better situations that you already put yourself in a bad early game position on top of putting it on a worse early game position with lethal. Why not just pick someone that is not only has more lane prio like Twitch with Vayne,
Callista would have been fine here, to be honest.
but I mean, it could be just Chaotic doesn't know how to play them, and that could be it, and that's just more or less, player.
It could be a comfort pick, and which understandable.
Yeah. But I just don't think Aphelios was the play here. Like, I don't know.
And it looks like Malphite is catching back up on CS, which is really good for the Malphite. It's benefiting Havzi since he can now gain that CS, trying to get back into the game.
Pre-Drake is going to go over to Blue Milk once again. They're going to try to do that early game Drake stacking, and it's not going to be Infernal Soul this game yet. Next
one
Drake
of
is going to be Ocean.
Other things is that Olaf CS's, he's super far behind from Kha'Zix, and you do not want to see that from a Kha'Zix. You do not want to see Kha'Zix get any lead whatsoever anywhere.
But I mean that's just what's going to happen because he's not going to be ganking. He's only going to be farming. That's all
That is
Kha'Zix
true.
does.
And he
And
also brought
that,
Conqueror, so he doesn't have the potential to just burst down a champion quickly if possible.
mhm.
It looks like both top lanes are gonna pick up level 6. So you're gonna so
Praxis
Malphite's
is
gonna be
getting
able
pushed.
to TP and R if he can, as well on top of Mordekaiser can
Praxis
also
needs to
TP and R.
reset. Praxis is wasting a lot of time into this bot lane here. Killer going for a trade onto Tilly. Tilly will be able to dodge outside of the E, but it does not matter. He's still going to be able to win that trade because of his E. Darkbinding going to barely miss here. And Praxis finally going to reset. Wasted so much time into that bot lane there. And that
Yeah,
helped
he
so
gained a
much.
lot
Now,
of.
not Blue Milk Jungler Wrecker is actually up in CS now. But so a lot of prio is on the bot lane with this Aphelios Nautilus, which obviously can be the case when you have a hard engage support here, but because of that ability of them playing so far up, it is going to be back onto the bot side here. Flash, Dark Binding is going to be using, he's ignited down. Yutinad looking for a plan to the top side here. Is always going to be used, but I think it's remain enough. Perhaps he's going to fall down here. It looks like he's going to see if they can't pick up a kill onto Chaotic here. A lot of damage is going to go out here. The Cubs killer with Zodiac for the kill onto Chaotic there, but he's actually going to fall down, but the kill goes over to the Nautilus, which is not what you want.
I don't know why Nautilus hit him. Aphelios had that kill. You needed that Aphelios to have that kill.
Definitely very unfortunate there. The only kill they're able to pick up there is one on the support there. Killing jungle, mid, top, and support here. Habsy looking for something onto Hero 39, but Praxis in this top set is going to be able to pick up that one. Little greedy from Hero 39 wanting to stay there.
Yeah, a little. He should have just recalled, should have just reset right there. But I think he wanted to greed a little bit more. He wanted to see if he could fight Habsy one more time, but he didn't realize that Praxis was going to be there and pouncing him like a bug he is.
Right now, the gold lead is going over to Milk. They also do have a drag lead, drag in about 2 minutes. And Praxis looking to start their Shelly up and see if they can pick up an objective, but maybe looking for a repeat gank into the top side. Hero has to be so careful. Praxis is here once again. No flashes up though. The slow is not going to land from the Void Spikes, but I mean, look at this damage on both of them. They're going to have to be really careful. That's half HP on the Kha'Zix spot with carried onto the Malphite there, and that was a 1v2.
Yeah, people. I think people forget that Mordekaiser is a champion that can literally 1v9 if you don't be careful.
Oh, so look at his back. He has the blasting on. He also has the leeching leer. So, like, I mean, that's more than enough to do what he wants to do in a 1v2 situation. There, he's already about back at full HP
And then
too.
on top of that, he also has Doran's shield. So he was looking for the trades. Oh. It looks like Phyllis went in, and it looks like MF got out. Didn't have to use a summoner there, which is really good. I think he disappeared for a second.
Yeah, sorry, I'm getting ganked by real life right now. So you're gonna have to give me a little couple of minutes. All right, cool.
All right, so Mr. Saltspreader has made his return. I will be joining you for the next few minutes while Mr. Sheep is being ganked in real life.
That's what happens. Real life, can grab you at random times. Understandable. But it looks like Kha'Zix is taking he's on his red side. He's looks like they're trying to set up for Dragon. The only
little
bad
engage of
thing.
Killua going in, missing the R, is going to have to back off. Kha'Zix is showing up in the mid lane. Olaf is going to walk up, but nothing is going to come of that.
Interesting. I don't know why Practice kind of showed himself. If he would have hid himself in the bush, I think they would have actually had that fight.
We do see blue side looking to converge right on top of blue milk. coming up. Brawless is rooted up, however, is
Ooh.
going to stop that engage, is going to dissuade that just for the next couple minutes.
So it looks like Slum Esports really wants this dragon. They really want to get this Ocean Drake.
I am back, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, here, Kilo is sort of going to go for a little bit of something onto Chili here, but he's not going to be able to find quite what he wants there. But Chili very low in HP, and Dragon is looking to be rotated on from Blue Milk here.
What's is really beneficial for Blue Milk, as I was talking, the reason why Blue Milk got prio is because, if you didn't realize, Mordekaiser was actually almost killed Malphite. So he forced Malphite to back.
Alright, you're gonna be looking for something here. This Chaotic gonna be really careful. Shogun as well. The Black Shogun is gonna go on to the Olaf. I don't think that's exactly what he wants to do. He has to but if this matter, you're gonna be able to go there. Black Shogun have to flash over the wall there. It looks like Chaotic is gonna be the next target. Shogun gonna be able to pick up that one there. Prax is gonna be the next target. Q is going to land once again. Axo. That's all this champion does. Trick kill gonna go over to Vector there. And look at they're gonna be able to pick up kill on to do, but I don't think it matters. Here, 9 in the death realm with Chili here. And it looks like Troika gonna look for something on to Havsy as well. Because that's really careful. The tower is still there. Axel's gonna be able to find another one, and overall, really worth going over to Blue Milk. Flip Trick falls, Griff falls, but Flip Trick falls once again to the support. But the support once again gets a kill, and
I'm feeling really bad for JS Chaotic. He's having really good engages. He's getting really good poke. He's trying to do as much damage as possible, but he can't because his support's taking all the kills.
That's a 2-1-0 Nautilus. You know, he better be feared, man. He's gonna be super strong here. I mean, look at him take that ward. Look at that anchor. Boom! Easy vision score there, but Flip Trick definitely getting shut down here as well. He's definitely down in CS here, and Golden Lead is actually gonna go over the Chaotic, regardless of him being, you know, one less assist and one more death, but it doesn't matter. Hero 39 is so strong, Vector's so strong, and not Aphelios, Yone will do what Yone does, start finding going to land, and I mean, this lane is fine with playing like this. It does suck that because it does give scaling timing to Aphelios, but again, Aphelios not really going to be that big of an issue. He has no mobility.
It's like I always say, like, bot lane is not your deciding factor if you're gonna win or not. Your bot lane can be 15 and 2, just like last time with an MS. It's all about how your jungler and how your solo lanes play.
Yeah, definitely, especially since you pick something like Kha'Zix onto Praxis here. It's you pretty much saying like this is our win con here. We want this to work out. We need this to do damage, and Hero Knight just walking Habsy CSing under his tower here. And a little thumbs up there every now and again, and he's just bowling Habsy so much. Oh, it's not up quite yet though. Not gonna be able to pick up the kill. Habsy's gonna have to reset. He does have TP, so he can come back, but maybe he's actually staying. I don't think this is a good move at all.
Yeah, I don't think Habsy needs to stay. I think Habsy just needs to reset. If you have to give the tower, give the tower. It's always good to give first tier towers and sacrificing your life because that's 300 gold.
Hero's actually respecting it though. He is respecting it. I think they do know Praxis on the bot side though, but they also know Vector's on the bot side as well, so they know a dive is not possible. But another way
Seraphine does have TP.
Yes.
So Seraphine, if Hero 39 did collapse on Habsy, Seraphine could ult up.
Oh, they're really careful. Chili's gonna be caught out here. It's not gonna land from Killua, but it does give him that space between him and Chili there. Coming up massive, really good flash from Killua there. Reaction times of a god there, and Habsy could be forced to flash out. And Shogun is here. He's going to be looking for a dredge line, and he will be able to find it, but he do not want to start something on to Vector there, and Praxis got to jump outside of that one. Now it's going to be the next target here. Shogun going to fall down. Doug finding is not going to land regardless of the flash being used, but I don't think it matters. Another kill goes over to Blue Milk off the kill they got onto Chili there.
I feel like Slobby Esports, as soon as Malphite misses that art, you want to disengage. You don't want to keep on fighting. Because you're giving them an opportunity to, as you saw, Blue Milk to gather up their other members and just stomp. Because you have a Mordekaiser who's just winning lane really hardcore, and then you have a now 6-0 Olaf.
Yeah, this Olaf is very strong at this moment of the game. Look at Kilo. He didn't even go Mortal Shield, bro. He actually went Kraken Slayer. Actually, hold on. I thought we were gonna see a Silico popping to the top side here. Have seen no flash, no ultimate. He autos the turret. Doesn't matter. He still ends up picking up the kill there. He doesn't end up having to use Flash's ultimate, but you take that any day of the week. Don't know if that was intentional. A little bit of BM there.
No, but I agree with Twitch chat. Everyone's saying that they don't understand the Malphite pick until if they haven't banned Mord. I do agree what you said earlier. I would have banned the Mordecai's if you're gonna pick Malphite. If you knew you were gonna 100% pick Malphite,
Why ban the
that's
Darius
insane.
and not the Mord?
That's exactly right. Why ban Darius and not Mord? Because Mordekaiser is just a champion who can just stomp on literally. He's known as the 1v1 king for a reason.
I mean, he has his own 1v1 death though. It's like.
So it just like you know you're not gonna win. I guess I understand you picked the Malphite because for the R's, but the problem is you gave Prio pick to Hero. Hero's comfortable on Mord. We have seen Hero play Mord countless times in other leagues, including this one.
They're looking for something on to flip here, but the black shield goes off, and that's the end of that.
And
And
that was an interesting R
as these are
by.
just standing on an orb.
Yeah, that was a really interesting R by Philios. I think that was kind of useless because Morgana had Black Shield.
Yep, they do not have the ultimate for this next fight coming up as well. So that's also a cooldown used, and Kovac gonna go right into the middle right there. He's not even gonna worry about it. He has the Ragnarok. He's just gonna go straight into the backline here. Same thing always going to be used. Chili's about to fall down here, but his killer Zodic actually gets killed in a 1v1 onto bot lane, and it looks like that's gonna go over to Praxis there. This could be for it looks like a team fight loss, but Vector is still alive, so is Hero 39. He's doing so much damage, it doesn't matter if you have the numbers advantage, because Vector and Hero 39 are still alive. Chaotic does have the drop move, but it doesn't matter. Can it be a quadra kill? And yes, it can! Vector picks up the quadra kill and an ace for his team on top of getting the soul point.
And
My goodness.
This is why I think bringing Lethal Temple on the Philios was bad. If you had Conquer, you would have had the damage to maybe fight the Mordekaiser. Maybe. I'm not guaranteeing it. I'm not 100% about it. But also, you guys they focused way too much on MF. Philios was over by himself attacking MF for some reason, while the rest of his team was just getting pegged by Mordekaiser.
Yeah, I mean, they had the numbers advantage, but it just did not matter at all. They had the numbers advantage, they still ended up falling. I think if they were better coordinated, that fight could have gone a little bit better. Praxis was off by himself into bot lane there. Gila did get shut down pretty early there, but it doesn't matter because he's not the carry for this game. It's Rekka and Hero.
Yeah,
it gives him time to scale up. It gives Flip time to scale up, and Dirk on Morgana can be useful no matter what. His Dark Bindings are super long. CC, the Black Shield gives pretty much a free cleanse on anything. So definitely a very tough situation for Salami's right now.
And to be honest, like I said, Malphite played well. Habsy played well that match. That fight, he tried to contest against the Mord, and he had the Mord. It was just up the rest of his team to just kill the Olaf, but they just couldn't.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, gonna be walking into the top enemy jungle here. He's gonna walk over a ward here. He's just hovering around here. He's gotta be really careful because Shogun and Chili are on their way. But I mean, with the Ragnarok, I think he will be fine here with 39 also on his way.
Mm-hmm. And it looks like Keela's gonna go bot with Aphelios. Aphelios is actually bot. I think Aphelios needs to be mid lane right now with the Seraphine. He should not be alone. Aphelios cannot 1v1 anyone on that team.
Look, you go straight out to Absy. You look at that damage Ragnarok's gonna be used. I think R has to be used for Absy, maybe. Yes, it is definitely gonna have to be used here. He's gonna throw the final axe for a second to be able to find the kill. That's no R onto the jungle from Bloom up, but no engage ultimate from Shalom Esports, which I mean they kinda need that ultimate. That's a lot of the team fight setup, and Pex can be really careful here.
Yeah, no, I agree. They need to be careful because I feel like I feel like Malphite's kind of disrespecting the damage that Olaf does, the damage that Mordekaiser does.
Extra damage.
He just needs to show a little bit of respect. He needs to just play the scaling game, scale, try to get your items, and then you can try to fight them later on.
It looks like the Passion like they want to do something into this mid lane right now. Look at Flash coming up from Hazzy, but he doesn't have ultimate to follow up. Really good Black Shield from Griff, but Depth Charge is going to be used onto the ADC here, and it is going to be able to find it onto Flip Trick here. Unfortunately, that is going to be a kill going over to Chili there, but
So many ults were just
on his way
wasted
though.
on
Chili's really
MF.
low, and Flash's fate sealed. Your fate is definitely sealed there, as Kilo going to be able to pick up that one. Using his flash is going to be a 1-for-1 long term.
I have to say, that was beneficial for Blue Milk. They wasted so many ults on Flip Trick for no reason. I understand you're trying to secure the kill, you're trying to get him to kill, but you... Let's see, who was... You had Seraphine ult, you had Nautilus ult, and then you had Malphite ult, just for one MF. That's a little
Didn't
bit
use
overkill.
Malphite ult. Malphite ult was not up. No, Malphite ult was not
Malphite.
up.
Okay, then maybe it was someone else's ult, but someone else used ult. I think it was maybe no, it wasn't Aphelios because Aphelios ult was charging up.
It was all off of Chili and all off of Shogun there. And
Okay.
Becca's gonna go straight after Shogun. He's gonna be locked up from the Q from Gurf there, but the backline assassination for Havsy. I don't think it's gonna be enough though. Gurf is gonna go golden here. Trovacker looking for another kill. Will be a kill going over to Chili. Onto Gurf there. Double kill going for Trovacker, but here comes Killer Zodic. Can he get the number 3? And I think he can. Triple kill going over to Trovacker. And he's just walking over this game. He's 13-0-3. So far having a perfect game. And the only person in this match that has not died a single time.
Yeah, and that's a big issue for Slime Esports. And to be honest, it's because they picked Kazakhs. I think the Kazakhs pick was not the pick here. I don't think the Aphelios pick was the pick here. They have no damage for the Olaf. None of them has executioners. The only one who has Oblivion, who has anti-healing, is the Seraphine, and that's not enough.
No, it definitely is not enough here. 20-9. It's a pretty big gold lead, about 8k here, and I mean this is just a very, very bad situation here. This is going to be Soldier. Praxis, can he be the hero? Can he smite steal this? Can he do it? He's looking, he's setting up for it. The Blue Ward is going to go over the wall, about 4k HP. Praxis, he has to get it. The Depth Charge is going to be used on backup. He's going to use backup. Can he get? Yes, he can! Praxis is going to be able to steal that one away. The Q for the team here. Can he get out of this one alive though? I don't think he can. He's going to find the wall right into Killua Zodic here. And his fate is going to be sealed once again. Killua going to be able to pick up that one. But one for the Drake steal. I think you take that any day of the week. That is so... You're going to be able to buy yourself 5 minutes. They just bought themselves 5 minutes.
They bought themselves time. They also picked up a Mountain Drake, which is really good for Malphite. And they prevented from getting Soul, which is really good for them.
But Jungler is down. Baron is going to be the call for Blue Milk here. And Sham Esports, they have to stop this. I'm pretty sure if they give this over, they can siege up enough for them to just turn this into a game-winning play. But they're really careful. Havsy does have his ultimate up. They can clip up too much. Killua taking a lot of damage. Syntax Shower, he's really far up. It's a really amazing art coming out from Chili there. But both times going to be used for Flip, taking a lot of damage. Chili gets the next target. Killua going to fall down. Shutdown going over to Chili. And Flip going to be looking for his way up, but he's going to use the kill. Double kill going over to him. Becca into the back line. He's going to be able to pick up a kill. Onto Chaotic, maybe! Can he get it? Yes, he can. Can he also pick up a kill? Onto Havsy. I think he can. Steric's Gage is keeping him alive. This Olaf cannot die. And he is now 15-0. Praxis is back up alive, but I don't think it matters. This tower is probably going to fall. It was a 1-for-4. And he's now going to get dove onto it. Can be a long-term ace. Praxis is going to fall down. Yes, Becca's going to be able to pick up that one. Now 16-0. And Tower's also going to fall.
Hey, Logic, why are you trying to fight when you have no damage? Like Kha'Zix, guys, just back off. You lost the fight. There is no point of you guys trying to fight the Olaf.
They stopped the Baron, right? And I think that was enough for them to just like, you know, like, okay, small win. We stopped the Baron. Maybe we lose one, but like,
just take the small victories and play off the small victories. Don't try to always go for big victories because that's what's gonna throw games. That's what throws a lot of games is when people
they
try to get the big shutdowns, trying to get the big plays. No, go for the small victories or you're behind, play off those, and then scale, and then you can come back from this game.
they're more than 10k gold away here, and I mean it's gonna be really hard at this point. Dark Bunny not going to land. Chaotic with persistent damage onto Gove here, but he's so far up. He's going to have to be extremely careful here. Kilo looking for something here, but I don't think he's gonna be able to quite get it. He's just gonna be able. He's actually gonna go in for the arm. Oh my goodness! Finds four. I think he found more than what he wanted. Instantly gonna eat out of that one there, but here comes Sherbeck, a lot of damage off the Praxis. Oh my
The best part I love is how this Olaf just nonchalantly walking around.
Yep, Habsy gonna be the next target here. Kilo looking for a little bit of damage there. Is gonna be able to find quite a bit there. Becca over 3k HP here. He's gonna get pulled in, but you do not want to start things off from there. He's gonna prop your Ragnarok here. Looking for something onto Habsy. Habsy doing a really good job sidestepping all of these axe tosses. He's gonna be able to outside of that with a really good triple up from Trillion. It's gonna be a really good play from them. Be really careful, a double kill. But Q gonna go to Trillion, kill going to JS Chaotic, but the ult coming out from 39. Can they send this one alive? Chili taking a lot of damage. You can be really careful. Turback is still alive there. 39 on a Vampire. Darkmine is gonna be able to land onto the Nautilus. And Chaos trying to do as much as possible. Who's gonna land onto 2 there, but 39 gonna fall down. Vector is still alive. It's still going to go over to Gurft as Ignite is gonna be able to burn down another kill there.
600 gold going to the Affiliates. This is really good for the Affiliates. But the issue is, there's a 16 on Olaf still alive.
Yeah, the Olaf's still alive. Ragnarok more than half done. He's just buying time for his ultimate cooldown. Once that ultimate cooldown comes up, he can just walk into them if they are not careful. Magic is outspotting about 1 minute though. This is definitely a play that Shalom again wants to try to stop, but I mean, this lightning strike twice, we're gonna have to see it here in about 48 seconds because if he could buy himself another 5 minutes, then maybe. Still, it's about a 10k gold deficit for Shalom Esports here. Trovecker is now up 3 levels onto the Kazakhs here, so it'll be really hard to smite steal this one away though, but it is still a possibility.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's possible for him to steal this dragon. If he can steal this dragon again, that'd be really beneficial for his team because it's another 5 minutes. You're preventing them from getting soul, and you're closer to getting soul yourself.
Oh, Shogun, you went too far up there. Fate Shield is going to be used there, and I think Shogun's fate is now going to be sealed there, and Kilo going to be able to pick up that one. And once again, Kilo is now coming online, and that's what happened in this game. Yes, he was behind, same with Flip Trick, but Becca and Kilo bought him enough time to come online. Praxis, can he go for the steal once again? Can he do it? Can he be the hero? But he can't because over the wall. Actually, it wasn't the. Oh, sorry, my bad. I thought it looked like he was in an out of the wall, but it doesn't matter because he was CC'd down. He does end up still jumping over and does end up falling down, not getting the steal. It is going to be Mountain Soul and then going over to Blue Oak, Baron is going to be on the menu here.
Which is really beneficial for this Mordekaiser and Olaf. Now, you thought you could kill Olaf then? You can't kill Olaf anymore. Olaf is unkillable now. You gave him an extra shield on top of Steric's Gauge and on top of Gorge Drinker with his lifesteal, and then he also had Spirit Visage for his health regen. This man is never gonna die.
He's not even full build either. He still has another item he can buy, so he's not done scaling. Oh, still has 2 more levels of scale. He's 4 levels up on Praxis, and Praxis has Serpent Spring and Eclipse, but he's doing no damage. He's not. This Kazakh pick's definitely not doing what it needs to be doing right now.
Yeah, no, so it looks like all really Blue Milk needs to do right now, they have a huge lead. They just need to look for a good team fight. If they look for a good team fight, I feel like they can just bring this game home.
Soul plus ban for another 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Yeah, they need one team fight. They can easily close this game out, but they're going to try to siege up some of these turrets here. Except they are going to run a 4-1 here. They want Record close by. He is now level 16. Shogun going so far up. Have to be really careful there. Trovecker, you know, you think he split from the team and you think you can catch him out, but that's so unrealistic with this Olaf.
Yeah, Nautilus keeps on going way too far in there. He keeps on just kind of like land these hooks without
And
his team even
there he
doing
goes
it. And there
again.
he
He's
goes
gonna
again.
get binded up once again. The art coming out from Chili, but it doesn't matter. Ragnar is up for Becker here, but this could still be pretty good for Sloppy Sports as they play it right. But Hero not gonna be able to find the 1v1 under tower though. There's gonna be a 1-for-2 in favor of Blue Milk there. I mean, Slop played that fight well, but it doesn't matter.
And if you saw, Mort was just taking tower shots. I don't know how many shots he took, but he took quite a bit, and it was literally acting like Pebbles was just hitting him.
Yep. They really have no one that can answer Hero 39 right now. More than a half cooldown away from Tovector, from his Ragnarok here. Practice looking for something onto Girth there. Really good stasis coming out from Girth there. Always going to be used for practice to see if they can find something. Can they find the kill onto this Olaf? Can he survive? Get this! Get it!
Oh, and he finally goes down.
Gods can bleed! Gods can bleed! And Becker finds his first death of this game here. Hero 39 gonna have to find a 1v3 into a 1v4 here. But he's doing so much damage here. It looks like the Ticks are gonna go right back in. He's gonna fall down here. Chaotic very low here. And Habsy's gonna have to do his best see if he can't find this kill.
I feel like if Habsy goes in, he's just gonna die because he's so many levels behind.
Still chasing after him too, though. Habsy wants this kill. He really, really wants it, but like he just can't do anything. He wants to enter go bounty. Chaotic is now resetting, and he did not win that level 1v1. And Hero 39 just healing back to full, and now he's back at full HP now. That was Becker's first death of the game there.
Yeah, that was his first death. Dragon, let's see, Elder Dragon is coming up in
Just
2 minutes. So literally Slime Esports can, if they can hold out to Elder Dragon and get Elder Dragon, they should be able to win the game. If Blue Milk pushes them so much to the point where either they win the game by pushing, or if they just secure Elder Dragon because of just have the waves push, Blue Milk is gonna win. But the only way for Slime Esports to actually win in this game is that they need to play around Aphelios, first of all. Malphite needs to stop inting in the Mordekaiser.
Nautilus needs to stop going in for.
Nautilus needs to stop going in for no reason.
It's very hard because even if you land the charm, Ragnarok stops that from happening. Girth's Black Shit also stops one other person from getting charmed as well. So that's 2 members that don't get affected by it. And if you're only finding those 2 members, then you're in a really bad position. And Hero 39 going to take Habsy into the death zone here, doing so much damage. Habsy's going to be able to dodge right out that Q, but he actually tried to R, but it wasn't enough. The R coming out there from the Seraphine, but it's not going to matter. Prax is going to lose his life there. Chili did go into stasis here. Dreadtron going to be used, but not going to be able to hit. Flips are going to flash outside of that one, and looks like they're going to be looking for this Elder Drake. But
to be honest, that benefits Swan. If that hook would have, if his grudge line would have hit one member of Blue Milk, that would have been an ace right there. And Blue Milk would have won that game. So thank goodness that Nautilus did not land that hook.
I do think that Blue Milk probably still could have continued on that siege there. They had 5-3. They had a 2-man advantage. They lost their dive from Malphite, and they lose some of the damage from the Kazakhs, and Seraphine already ulted. So I mean, they're playing the safe game. They're gonna get the Elder, and I mean, once that happens, it's gonna be really hard for Swami supposed to do anything.
And like I said, this is one of the reasons why I think Aphelios was a bad pick here, is because you have so many people that are hard to kill. There's Mordekaiser, there's Olaf. Those 2 members are just super hard to kill. I really think if they would have picked a tank killer ADC or an ADC that did more damage than what Aphelios does.
Can Praxis steals this away? He would be a hero if he can. Shogun trying to go to the back line. Just trying to walk in, trying to get that really good R, and you will be able to find 3, but Ragnarok is going to be used there. 3k HP on Elder. It's no longer being focused. Groku's going to go golden, and a really good 3-man R going to come out. Can Praxis be able to get this one up? No, he cannot! He's not able to make the hero move once again, and it is going to be Elder going over to Blue Milk here. Fate Shield is going to be used. However, they're going to be really careful because Chaotic is doing so much damage. It's going to be 2 for 4 in favor of Blue Milk. Blue Milk though. Chili's the only one left alive though. So there's supers in the base right now. Hero 39 is not alive though, so he cannot TP into the base. Excuse me, into the base though. But there's gonna be one tower falling down. It is 25 seconds on Praxis, 5 seconds on Shogun. They're gonna push down mid. They're gonna get this mid inhibitor, and I mean,
Be
they
honest,
probably
they
still do
could have
more.
just pushed. They could
It's
have just
still
pushed
15
with
seconds on Praxis, but dude, they're playing the long haul. They're playing the long haul. I mean, I feel like there's been so many
just hit
chances for Blue Milk to end this game, but they're playing the long game. They're playing safe, and I guess sure.
Shogun going back in.
Oh, that's a
don't
lot
know
of
what to-
damage.
Yeah, if Shogun would stop taking these random trades, if he'll stop trying to go in at random times like that, I feel like they'll have a easier time of doing their engages, because if you saw Habsy landed a really good R on their backline. He almost killed their entire backline. But the issue was their Nautilus was just walking around.
The Nautilus was trying to set up for easy Seraphine Rs, but the issue with that is that, in general, the Seraphine Rs are really only useful if your team's able to follow up on them, but the team's
That's
not able
Baron.
to follow up.
Baron going straight for Blue Milk, which is really beneficial for Blue Milk. Looks like Blue Milk is resetting.
15k gold lead.
Again, I don't know why Aphelios is bot side by himself. That makes no sense. He needs to stay with his team. If he is their win con. If he gets picked, they lose.
If there's actually a ward, a deep ward like in that tri-bush, Hero could have easily TP'd onto that.
And then he
press
would have been
R,
dead.
because he doesn't have QSS.
Yeah.
Press R and he dies, but luckily there's not that deep of a ward there, so he's gonna be able to walk out of that one. A little greedy from him, but he's actually at full build.
Which is really good for Blue Milk and Slime Esports at the same time. It's good for Blue Milk because they know that Phyllis is no longer scaling. It's good for Slime Esports because their ADC is their most fed person that can do the most damage. Now the question is, can Slime Esports play around Affiliates?
And they're gonna have to try to peel him as much as possible here. Are going to be used once again, but Ragnarok is gonna be used instantly. That'd be really careful. There's a lot of damage going out there, but he has TA. He's gonna lose his life, and Burka's gonna have to flash out of that one. TP coming up from Hero 39. I think he could have just continued pushing bot lane, but he just wants to be with his team here. But again, yeah, no. Why didn't he just continue to push bot?
He could have just pushed bot, and then they could have just ended the game right then and there.
Well, the super minions are going to be pushing mid and bot. They're going to have to send people to answer for this one. And this tower is most likely going to fall down here. They're going to have to try to get a reset. They're going to have to try to defend the last Nexus tower.
They could just force the fight here and end, because none of the Slime Esports has ult.
A huge ISO Q from Hero 39. He's going to flash through once again. He's going to eat two. Praxis could be able to fall down. Chaotic see if he can find enough damage. And yes, he will. That's a lot of damage going out. But this game should be over by now. But I mean, Blue Milk is just giving them so many opportunities. They are going to be able to get triple inhibs though. So there's going to be double supers in every lane now, which is really good for them. And Shogun have to be really careful. Chaotic still left alive. Ragnarok's going to be used. Habsy has looking up now. Really good art for not going to be able to find what it needs to though. Grip taking a lot of damage. Huge bullet time there. Though Grip going to fall down. Flicker going to be able to pick a kill on Habsy.
Yeah, that's so far this fight is actually benefiting Slime Esports because they're defending their towers so well.
Tower's about to fall down though. It's extremely low. Vector.
I think Blue Milk just needs to reset. Needs just to regroup.
It almost got the tower though. The tower is going to fall down here, and now it's about just a war of attrition at this point. You baron up the super minions and you just watch the fireworks. At this point, it's really hard for them to really clear all of this, especially once Hero 39 gets there. Until that happens,
I don't know. If you look at it, JS Chaotic is literally clearing
a lot of damage
really well. And it's because Lethal Temple is propping for him really well. And like I said before, Lethal Temple is really good late game. It sacrifices early game really bad.
If he was able to play through the early game there, he has about 10 CS a minute too, so he didn't even need the kills to get his items. And
it looks like Elder Drake is up in a minute, by the way. So
we see 2 Elder Dragons in one game.
So Blue Milk, all they need to do is literally just let the waves push, get Elder Dragon, end the game.
They need to kill Chaotic. Don't like Trollrecker needs to not worry about anyone else. He hasn't
Yeah,
gotten a
that's
kill
true.
in such a long time. He needs to worry just about Chaotic. Chaotic doesn't even have GA. So like if you kill him, he's dead.
And he has a QSS too. So if he gets R by Mordekaiser too, he's just dead.
It is about 25 seconds up until this Elder Dragon Dark Binding is going to land, but
And
not
then
really gonna do
Nados
too
again
much
trying to
damage there.
frontline, trying to face check bushes. They should know that Blue Milk has warded that red side so much. It's 41 minutes in the game with Elder Dragon coming up in 10 seconds. Of course they're gonna have that place ward.
Yep, TP is up for Havsy, so he's going to be trying to push out these waves, but I mean, it's not like you can heavily push out these waves for it to be worth it. I feel like you need to be there as soon as the fight starts. He's going to reset. This Dragon's going to be immediately started, and Praxis, so many options for you to steal. You were able to steal one, but can you steal this one? That's
Havsy
going to be the
TP
real
in.
decision here, though, but looks like he's just going to go in for this one. It is going to be Elder on the sides here. Really big one coming up from Seraphine, but he's going to go over the Vector. What's he going to be able to pick up that one? He was not doing so much damage. Chaotic gonna fall down. I think it's just GG. They finally find the ADC. It's gonna be shut down going over to Havsy, but it doesn't matter. He's the only one left alive. He's gonna try to get a reset, but I don't think it matters. And they're gonna
Yeah,
see if they cannot cancel this back from the Malphite. No, they cannot. Not quite, but that's so many
I
speed
have
minions onto this Nexus here, and I think it's gonna be GG. It's Havsy against the world.
yeah,
He's just
I really think that they should
Yep,
have.
you're not just gonna end the game right here. It's gonna be GG, and I mean, Blue not gonna be able to 2-0 that one, but that game lasted, I feel like, way longer than
Yeah,
you.
it shouldn't have lasted as long as it did, but kudos to Blue Milk. They played really well. Uh, I have to say, MVP for Slime Esports has to go to Chaotic. He played out of his mind. It's just he just could not carry his team.
I would if I could. That was just, I mean, that was just an explosive game in general. Vector played really well into the early game, having some difficulties into the later stages, which makes sense. That's kind of what happens with Olaf. His early game is really good, but his late game does lack a lot there because he's just not able to just run in anymore when people are that fed. But in general, that was really well played from Schlamm. I want to say like Blumo played out of the mind, but Schlamm also did. They were able to almost pull that game back from the brink. If they just had more buffer room, like maybe another 5 minutes or so, then I feel like they actually could have maybe brought that back. They did get that Elder Dragon. I think they can actually ace and maybe in the game. Who knows? But that was just a lot closer of a game that I feel like shouldn't have been.
Yeah, no, I agree. Slime Esports they didn't really play around their comp. They blind pick champions when they shouldn't blind pick champions. Um, and then, but I have to say the most negative thing I have to say about Blue Milk: learn to end. You need to learn when you can end. You could have ended that game literally
Like three
probably
different,
15 minutes or 15 minutes.
like 3 to 4 different times they probably could have ended that game, or at least press for more objectives, like
Yeah,
more inhibit, more
I
towers.
agree. Press more objectives. Try to get more CS. At least try to do something. But you guys were just walking around like basically not getting anywhere. What gave the opportunity for Slime Esports to actually come back? Because you saw they had Philios. Philios was doing damage. Philios was a late game of Philios. He was level 18, full build with lethal tempo. He's gonna do damage. Like that's just facts. So you want to end the game before that actually hits.
Yeah, but
But
they still are able to pick up the win. Thankfully, they're going to be able to get another 2-0 here. Blue Milk just currently just unstoppable right now. I mean, it's a good learning experience for them. They go against another giant such as Schlamm, and they get some learning experience out of it. Maybe as a team they can now start learn to look to learn how to end games more frequently, so they are able to not have that big of an issue in the coming games and the rest of the pre-made. But in general, really really good job from both teams. I feel like yes, Blue Milk 2-0, but I didn't just feel like a Blue Milk stomp, even though it was like 40 kills to like 20, like
mm,
15 plus K gold lead. I really did not feel like that was a stop, and that was just because Blue Milk didn't.
Yeah, I do agree, and like I said before, Slam Esports just need to go back to the drawing board. Go back to the draft pick. Draft the things you want to draft the prio picks first before you draft things that you could wait to draft. In my opinion, if you didn't pick Malphite that early, they would never have picked Mordekaiser.
Yeah,
I
no,
feel I feel
definitely.
like I feel like they would have
If,
picked their
if, if
support.
your draft was actually, I feel like, a little bit better, they probably could have took away this game because the fact that Blue Milk had 3 winning lanes really put her hurt on Blue Milk on Schlam's early game and allowed Blue Milk to do a lot in the early game. And of course, that was just really good for Blue Milk. That's exactly what they want. For Schlam Esports, feel like they lost out in draft in both games, but they still made the games at least semi close. There was an absolute stop for Blue Milk, but I mean that just shows if they can learn how to draft and they can actually get some of that synergy up with their new ADC, then they could be an absolute monster once again, like
Yeah,
they
no,
were
I
before.
I do agree, and like I said, kudos to both teams. They played really well. I'm sorry that you can't see the stats. It's not popping up from either of us. I don't think,
No,
but both teams played extremely well. Both teams played out of their mind. They knew exactly what they're gonna do, how they're gonna play, and everything. Some picks could be changed. Some things could be changed, but overall, it was a great series.
it definitely was a great series, ladies and gentlemen. Play of the game vote is now up. We're going to go to a quick break, but when we come back, we'll tell you who just absolutely gave this one over to Blue Milk. But until then, see ya.
Breaking all of the pieces you left in my head. My friends, they spoke against you when they heard what you said. Feelings are better off without this feeling of dread.
All right, everyone, welcome back. So, for this player of the game, it is Mr. Gurf himself, the streamer man, coming in at, you know, player of the game. And, I mean, he did his job. He was able to help his team with his black shields. Some of them were a little late. Some of them were a little late, I will say that. But his roots were on point. He was able to keep people in place, lock them down, and lockdown's all you need to win a game sometimes, especially against immobile lady carries. So raise your dongs, everyone. Mr. Heimerdinger One Trick himself, Gurf, coming in at your player of the game. Now let's break down game number 2 real quick before we do end the stream. So, any final thoughts about the game overall?
I feel like in general, I said mostly what I thought when the in the post analyst after the game started. I think in general, I feel like both teams had their faults. I feel like Blue Milk's drafts were just absolutely amazing,
Mm-hmm.
and I just feel like they need to learn in games though.
I agree
Yeah, I
with
do
that for
agree.
sure.
Yeah. Them wasting that much time when they could have ended multiple times was kind of like mind-boggling.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, I don't know who the coach is for Islam Esports. I don't know who was picking for Islam, but if you're gonna pick Malphite, ban the Mordekaiser.
Yeah, their bans were a little questionable. They did blind pick the Malphite. I don't think that is a very good idea because there are many champions that can be used against it, especially like champions like that Mordekaiser. I guess they were expecting something a little different, but Hero is very comfortable on the Mordekaiser, and if they did their scouting correctly, they would have known that. And Malphite is very good in the right situations, but this was definitely not it. You can never blind pick Malphite, even in solo queue. I will tell you this: never blind pick Malphite because there are very hard counters to that champion. And
Mordekaiser's one,
mhm,
Silas is another.
exactly. And I think that's a big issue. I guess they wanted to make sure they had their top pick out of the way right away because of what happened last game, where they did final pick the Vayne on R5 and it just didn't do its job. But picking top laner as your second pick, that's a no go.
Yeah, I do agree. I just feel like if even if you're gonna pick Malphite, make sure you pick him like third
Hmm.
if you want him in the first rotation. Make him your third pick, but never make him your second pick.
You should be trying to ban out his counters if you are going to pick Malphite because he's very strong, like I said, in the right situations. But if you can't get that perfect comp, the perfect Malphite comp, it just doesn't work. He will always
I
be
do
useful,
agree.
Exactly.
yes, but he was not even like remotely useful. He did land a couple good ultimates, although there were a few one man
He actually
ultimates.
he did land really good ultimates. He landed really good ult on Blue Milk's backside.
Hmm.
But the only problem is, yes, he did almost kill all the squishies and Philly stay cleaning up. They just could not kill that Olaf from Mordekaiser.
Hmm. The only time that they were able to kill the Olaf or the Mordekaiser was during the very late stages of the game, and for the most part, Olaf and Mordekaiser were just running through everyone, taking names, and not letting anyone do anything. But it does happen when you do draft a comp that does not do very well into Olaf, into Mordekaiser. They are allowed to just run wild, and although those champions both do fall off, it takes very long for that to actually happen, especially if they are able to snowball. And uh, Troll Wrecker was 10-0 at like 20 minutes. He was super strong. He got a quadra kill. And Hero was just able to supplement that by also being just another gigantic meatball walking through and doing a crap ton of AP damage, just shredding everyone's maximum percent health. So other than that, like you need to draft better. And I think if they are able to draft better, this game would have been a lot closer. Other than a couple
Mhm.
throws that did come from Blue Milk.
Well, if you like some of like, if you look at their comp, the Slimy Sports had a decent comp.
Hmm.
The Seraphine ults mixed with the affiliate ults mixed with the Malphite ults were really good, but the problem was the only time they had no anti heal.
They
The
did
only
build
person that
anti
had
heal late. Yes.
they built it super late. Like I think Mortal Reminder was Aphelios's last item. Why is Mortal Reminder your last item? It
Uh
should
huh.
be at least your fourth, maybe your fourth or maybe third if you really want to get it that early. but it should always be like your fourth item, so you can start trying to do damage to the Olaf. Because like you said, Olaf only died once that entire game.
Mm-hmm. And Olaf is that champion that if he is allowed to snowball, is just allowed to run through the game. And some bad fight decisions taken from the side of Schlam Esports. They did not pick the fights they wanted. They needed to pick fights that favored them. And unfortunately, they were fighting where the MF was able to get her gigantic ultimates off, where Olaf was just able to run through. They fought split, and with the comp that they have, they do want to fight 5v5 with flanks instead of just fighting a straight up 5v5, which is what happened a lot of the time. You don't want Malphite to be in vision because it's easy to flash Malphite ulti if you do see him, but if he does it out of vision, it's a lot harder to flash. And we did see that with Killua's amazing flash play up in the mid lane, dodging that Malphite R and turning it onto the Seraphine.
Yeah, no, that was just absolutely amazing from Killua. That reaction time is really good. Oh,
Mhm.
so the biggest thing that Rekka and El Hero 39 also did well that game is that they bought time for Killua and Fliptrick to
Exactly.
actually get their items and become strong because they weren't extremely strong, but it didn't matter since Rekka and Hero were, and that's all that mattered at the end of the day because top jungle they're able to carry a little bit. Obviously, not gonna be able to carry for the entirety of the game, and we saw that happening with Olaf, not able to just hard carry fights in the later stages. But it didn't matter because it bought time for Flipchick, it bought
Mhm.
time for Killua to actually get the items and become strong.
Now, one thing I did notice, Schlam was very focused on giving their resources to that Aphelios. Like you said, he was at about almost 10 CS per minute at the later stages of the game, so they were feeding him everything. They were trying to make sure he was strong, but what I think they could have done is, if you did notice that Seraphine's itemization, she was itemizing towards that Leandri's and Merlot Namicon, items such as that. She was focusing damage, and what I think they really needed there was a support to um, help keep JS Chaotic alive. If they had that healing and Nautilus just there to engage, I think it's better for the Seraphine to do a little bit less damage, but heal that Aphelios rather than just do more damage, but also get one shot by everything.
I agree.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I totally agree. But like I said, shout out to both teams. They played
Mm-hmm.
really well. Especially JS Chaotic. I feel like he should deserve MVP and all the praise for from Slimy Esports. He was really the main reason you guys were in both games kept alive. So give praise to him. He played out of his mind.
Mm-hmm. He
Yeah,
tried to
he played
carry
really
them
well.
across the finish line. He just was not able to, unfortunately.
It's because he's playing AD carry.
I
I'm not
mean,
joking. If he was playing any other lane, he probably would have carried. But since he's playing ADC, that's the reason why.
Also, not able to get some of those high prior picks like
mm-hmm.
Kaisa, Samira.
Those
Mhm.
picks were taken away very early in like especially banned out. They did have to late pick in game number 2, so that is why he was on the Aphelios. That was pick phase 2, so the 80 carry pool was like cut off very early into the game, or very early into the ban phase, so it did limit the
Yeah,
champ pool that he does have access to. And although Aphelios did do work throughout that entire game, it just wasn't enough, and he didn't have the peel that he needed. They were able to do some, but by that point it was just too late.
and I agree.
So overall, game 1 was a comeback from the side of Blue Mug. They were able to play their objectives very well, make sure that even though they never had bot pro, they were able to grab up those drakes really early and really fast. They only gave up 1. Same thing in game 2, they only gave up 1. But this time, their mid jungle was very far ahead, and that helped a lot when they were able to just skyrocket that Drake lead. And that also converted into quite a few Barons and also 2 Elder Drakes. Although a nice steal coming out from Praxis, in the end, it did buy them some more time. If he was able to do another one of those, he could have bought them a lot more time, especially since that Malphite was only sitting on about 2 completed items by the end of the game. So he was very, very squishy for a Malphite.
Yeah, definitely. Praxis gets at least one of this. Could have bought about 5 more minutes there, and I mean, also on top of that, he was also able to get one of those Elder Drakes that could have done
If he
so
got an
much.
Elder Drake, that could have changed the game entirely. Yes, and like priority 4 objective should be this. It should always be Elder as your primary, that followed by a mountain or followed by any soul, and then Baron. That's just how it goes with the way League of Legends is set up nowadays. That Elder Dragon is the comeback mechanic. If you are able to get that, you can easily turn a fight, even if you are 10k gold behind, because that alone gives you maybe 1200 gold extra as a just as stats, just as being able to execute people at 25% HP. It does a lot. That Elder Drake is the comeback mechanic, and unfortunately, they were not able to use it to come back. But other than that, guys, thank you so much. My name is Salt Spreader. I was joined by Mr. Wolven Alchemist and Awesome Sheep tonight. So it was a great time. We had a great time watching this series, a great time talking about this series. So we'll see you all tomorrow, where I will be back casting the LRS Premade League, and we'll see what we have in store for us tomorrow. So take care and have a good night, everyone. See you tomorrow.
Night.